Okay, thank you, Dr. Stângaciu. Esteemed participants, the Brukenthal National Museum in Sibiu, Romania, through its department, the Pharmacy History Museum, the Romanian Society for the History of Pharmacy Sibiu section, the Romanian Society for Apitherapy, Phytotherapy, and Aromatherapy, and the International Federation of Apitherapy are welcoming you to the conference Traditional Therapies in Ethnomedicine. This two-day event will deepen the rich history and contemporary relevance of traditional natural therapies from diverse cultures, exploring their role in ethnomedicine around the world. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to thank the participants. Your dedication and expertise are essential to the success of this event, and we are deeply honored that you have chosen to share your knowledge with us. To open this event, we would like to invite Dr. Raluca Teodorescu, Interim Director of the Brukenthal National Museum from Sibiu.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the Brukenthal National Museum, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the International Conference, Traditional Natural Therapies in Ethnomedicine, organized by the partnership Ana Maria mentioned before. Through the Museum of History of Pharmacy, we are honored to symbolically host this scientific dialogue that bridges tradition and modern research, cultural heritage, and medical innovations. On behalf of the museum, I'd like to congratulate you all for your contribution, for your openness to interdisciplinary dialogue, and for your commitment to keeping alive the connection between ancestral knowledge and modern research. I would like to wish you all an inspiring and fruitful conference, rich in ideas, discoveries, and lasting collaboration. And I will give the microphone to Ana Maria. I'm sorry I have to leave, but I hope I will be able to receive the video of the conference because I'm very interested. And my husband is also a biologist, so he will be very interested in listening to the conference presentations. I need to leave now because I have to go to another international event that happens in Sibiu offline this time. They had the money to organize it in this manner. But please enjoy your discussions and come to visit the Brukenthal Museum in Sibiu because it is worth it. Thank you very much.
We thank you, Dr. Teodorescu, for your aspiring words. And I would like to give the word to Professor Dr. Adriana Tărel from the University of Medicine and Pharmacy Carol Davila, Bucharest, President of the Romanian Society for the History of Pharmacy.
Thank you. Thank you for introducing me, and congratulations on organizing this event. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here at this important conference. It is a true honor for me to speak at the opening of a gathering that brings together not only science, but also tradition, not only innovation, but also our cultural roots. At the center of this endeavor stands the Romanian Society for the History of Pharmacy, an institution that has played a key role over time in preserving, promoting, and highlighting the pharmaceutical heritage of Romania. The pharmacy in Romania, as in many parts of the world, was born at the crossroads between science and nature, between empirical knowledge and careful observation. The pharmaceutical history of our country is incredibly rich, one in which medicinal and aromatic plants, essential oils, bee products, and other natural remedies have played a central role. What is truly inspiring is that over the centuries, these traditional therapies have not only been passed down through generations, but many of them are now scientifically validated and integrated into modern evidence-based therapeutic practice. This is a way for reconnecting with our roots while also embracing evolution. Tradition and science are not in opposition. They can walk hand in hand. Romania has a rich tradition in the use of medicinal and aromatic plants. The history of their use can be traced from ancient recipes in folk medicine to recipes used in current pharmaceutical practice. Many of these plants are today the subject of clinical research, being recognized for their therapeutic effectiveness in various conditions. Similarly, bee products, honey, propolis, royal jelly, have long surpassed the status of simple folk remedies and are now found in modern pharmaceutical formulas. The Romanian Society for the History of Pharmacy works constantly to bring these treasures of tradition back to our attention, not as mere curiosities, but as living pieces of a complex puzzle of medical knowledge. It is the contribution of those who research, publish, archive, and above all, pass on the stories and value of these traditions. Through such initiatives, we have the opportunity to learn from the past to build a healthier future. In the 21st century, an era of artificial intelligence, gene therapies, and personalized medicine, it might seem surprising that we are still talking about plants, oils, and products of the beehive. And yet, these are not relics of the past, they are contemporary resources integrated into complementary medicine and the development of new phytopharmaceutical therapies. Modern research does not ignore tradition. It rediscovers it and places it into a new context. To conclude, I would like to highlight an essential point. To speak about the history of pharmacy is not an act of nostalgia. It is an act of responsibility. Understanding the past offers us guidance, sharpens our judgment, and helps us make informed decisions. And in this sense, the Romanian Society for the History of Pharmacy plays a vital role in keeping alive the memory of the pharmaceutical profession in all its complexity and distinction. Thank you, and I wish you a successful and inspiring event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Terel. Your words are more than inspiring to us. Yes, it is a responsibility for all of us to explore this field, and thank you to the Romanian Society for the History of Pharmacy for all your support around the years and for giving us access to so many information and data. I would like to give the word now to Professor Dr. Felicia Grigor from the University Lucian Blaga of Sibiu, Faculty of Medicine, specialization in pharmacy, president of the College of Pharmacists from Sibiu County.
Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone. I prefer to speak in Romanian.
I will translate, no problem.
Thank you very much. Este o bucurie și o onoare să fiu astăzi aici, alături de atât de multe personalități care lucrează în domeniul resurselor naturale, care să spunem așa.
It is an honor for me to be here today and speak to you about so many specialists that work in the field of natural resources.
Aș vrea să transmit salutul Universității Lucian Blaga și în special a specializării farmacie a colegilor mei pe care îi reprezint.
I would like to send the University of Lucian Blaga of Sibiu regards, and especially from my colleagues from the pharmacy specialization.
Evaluarea și exploatarea resurselor naturale este o problemă foarte importantă din cele mai vechi timpuri și până astăzi.
The uses of natural resources is a very important stage from the past even today.
Mai ales în zilele noastre, când avem mijloacele necesare ca să le evaluăm și să le exploatăm potențialul.
Mostly today when we have the means and the potential to exploit these natural resources and use them at their natural value.
În cadrul specializării noastre încercăm să creăm un grup de cercetare în acest domeniu pentru a putea explica mai bine utilizarea corectă a acestor resurse naturale.
In our university, at university level, we are trying to create a group of research and to explore these natural resources and their use.
Chiar dacă poate că pentru unii această zonă este un pic controversată, o exploatare, o analiză și o cercetare corectă și aprofundată în domeniu vor oferi rezultate extraordinare pentru evaluarea și pentru utilizarea lor.
Even though for some there is a controversial area of research, by developing scientific research and proper research, we can use them at their best level.
Echipele multidisciplinare care își apleacă, care doresc și care se implică în acest moment în aceste domenii, cu siguranță vor aduce rezultate noi și o viziune corectă asupra acestor terapii.
The teams that are working currently on multiple levels of these sciences in the university, they will bring forth in the future important results.
Temele abordate în această conferință sunt foarte interesante. Aștept să le audiez cu mare plăcere și concluziile să fie îndreptate spre noi colaborări, spre noi abordări și, de ce nu, spre noi cunoștințe și prietenii între specialiștii din domeniu. Așadar, urez succes tuturor celor care prezintă astăzi și mâine și să ne revedem poate și fizic într-o zi.
The teams that will be presented during this two-day conference are very interested, and she hopes that for the future there can be more connections and that more friendships and scientific relations can come out of this conference. And she hopes that in the future we can meet also physically, and she wishes all the participants a good day. Mulțumim, doamna Dr. Felicia Grigăr. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to give the word from the organizing committee. Will speak Dr. Ștefan Stângaciu, President of the Romanian Society for Apitherapy, Phytotherapy and Aromatherapy, and the International Federation of Apitherapy.
Yes, good morning, everybody, or good day for Australia. It is a big joy and big pleasure to see all of you today. And thank you very much to Professor Rosenberg for this idea, and to Mrs. Papureanu, and to all of you so important personalities. We'll have, by the way, in Sibiu next year, one of our international congresses at the end of May to the Faculty of Medicine. So we are all very well connected. So just a few words from the Federation of Apitherapy and from our Romanian Apitherapy Society. We worked a lot in the first years with the focused on Apitherapy, which is the use of bee products. But we realized, and I'm happy that Mrs. Gabriela Vlășceanu is here too, we realized that to all our conferences, we were speaking about bee products, but always we are speaking about medicinal bee plants. So it was in the treatment protocol of the patients. We almost never used only propolis or only honey. We used also medicinal plants, essential oils, and nutrition, and so on and so on. So we changed the name of our association from Romanian Apitherapy Society to Romanian Society of Apitherapy, Phytotherapy, and Aromatherapy. Now, the best title would be, now after several years, the best title would have been Romanian Apitherapy Society of Apitherapy and Phytotherapy, because with phytotherapy, it's a huge topic. And in phytotherapy, we have also aromatherapy included, and now it's gemotherapy, it's also included. So, but we cannot change the name because it's very complicated to change the name. It takes forever to change the name of a society. Okay, so the main point is here, I want to say to all of you is that the best medicine is nowadays an integrated medicine, which means you need to adapt your needs to the needs of the patients. You need to choose the best bee products, the best essential oils, the best medicinal plant extracts, the best nutrition, very, very well, very specifically to the needs of the patients. So this is called also personalized medicine. And only one image, I will explain a bit also in my presentation afterward, is that you cannot treat or you cannot heal a disease, especially a chronic disease, with only one substance. It's almost impossible. For acute diseases, yes, heart attack, stroke, or any thrombosis, yes, you can use some mono molecules. But in aromatherapy, we use the phytocomplex or use the apiphytocomplex. So you need to come to get rid of many simultaneous causes, and then you have a better result. Yes. So thank you again to the organizers, and it's an honor to be present here today. And I'm sure we'll have a lot of wonderful experience exchange. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stângaciu. Last but not least, the mind and expertise behind this conference, Dr. Rosenberg, President of the Romanian Society for the History of Pharmacy Sibiu section, please.
Thank you, Ana Maria. Dear participants, distinguished guests and colleagues from all over the world, as the president of the Sibiu section of the Romanian Society for the History of Pharmacy, it is my immense honor and pleasure to extend a warm welcome to the participants, to all participants at the International Online Conference on Traditional Natural Therapies in Ethnomedicine. This event is hosted from the historic heart of Sibiu and will take place online through October 10 and 11. The fact that we are gathered across so many different time zones from 5 continents underscores not only the global nature of our subject, but also our shared passion for knowledge. We sincerely, the organizers of this conference, we sincerely thank you for making the effort to join this vital dialogue. I would like to extend special thanks to our partners who have made this conference possible. First of all, the Brukenthal National Museum. My special thanks to Interim Director, Dr. Raluca Teodorescu, and my special thanks for Ana Maria Păpureanu, curator of the Museum for the History of Pharmacy. We collaborate fantastic in the last 10 years, and we collaborated excellent also to organize this conference. Also, I want to thank very much to the Romanian Society of Apitherapy, Phytotherapy and Aromatherapy, and to the International Federation of Apitherapy, to Mr. President, Dr. Ștefan Stângaciu, a good friend, a very good collaborator in these projects, also in many other projects related to the utilization and the validation of different natural therapies like Apitherapy, Phytotherapy, Aromatherapy, etc. Why ethnomedicine? Why the topic of our conference is ethnomedicine? Because this subject, the subject of our conference, has never been more relevant in our time. Faced with global health challenges, we are witnessing a re-evaluation of the resources offered by nature and the world's cultures. Over these 2 days, we will explore how natural therapies, different natural therapies, from medicinal plant and bee products and essential oil, etc., to many other holistic practices, can be scientifically validated, safety integrated into healthcare system, and responsibly transmitted to future generations. With these thoughts, I officially declare the International Conference on Traditional Natural Therapies in Ethnomedicine open, and I wish you all great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rosenberg. Your collaboration is very important to us as well, and you are one of the most important persons to develop and promote the pharmacy history traditions in our region. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
We are going to give the word to Dr. Stângaciu. He's going to present the long journey of Apitherapy throughout history, from traditional to modern medicine.
Yes, so I just activated also my microphone. I'll share the screen. Okay, and please let me know if you can see the screen well, if it's large. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's in large mode, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'll try to make all the presentation in 15 minutes, more or less, to allow more speakers to join us. So the journey of Apitherapy throughout history, of course, it's extremely interesting. As our previous speaker said, we find a lot of knowledge in the past, including in the previous civilizations, I would dare to say. If I think to the huge complexity of medical systems like Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. So we know already that the bees are on Earth for many millions of years, and they make a wonderful connection there, like a bridge between the plants, the flowers, and all the other living beings which are on the continents, mammals, birds, and so on and so on. And we know that the bee products have been used a lot in the past, in Egypt, in Persia, in Rome, in Greece, in China, in India. And one of the most recent, let's say, event was when Dr. Philip Terch last centuries published his work on the use of bee stings in rheumatic diseases. And you see this kind of evolution. Our ancestors, they used the bee products from wild. They used the honey as a source of energy, but also the bee larvae, like drone larvae, but also the bee larvae were used as a very good source of proteins. And the wax was used, as you'll see also later, as a source of light, because based on the beeswax, our ancestors made candles, and the candles gives a light with no smoke. Okay, so also the bee stings were very useful to improve the mobility of our ancestors, like you see in this funny image. And we know already now that there are a lot of scientific studies which proves that bee venom acts against arthritis, rheumatism, and so on. Light against darkness, this idea. And this explains also why, for example, in Romania, it is known in old books on beekeeping that the Romanians, Moldavians, and so on exported a lot of beeswax to Vatican, for example. And it was for a source of raw product to make candles for the light. Ancient use of beeswax and also of propolis. The archaeologists, they found out that our ancestors used propolis or beeswax to fill in the cavities in the teeth to reduce the pains at that time. And this image here, this drawing which was painted in a cave, you see this original painting here. It's a bit difficult to, but you can realize it here. It was a lady, one of our ancestors, who was taking honey from a wild hive. And the Egyptians, you see this kind of image, this kind of beehives are even today used in countries like Saudi Arabia. In Egypt also, the Egyptians, they honored a lot the bees. One of their gods was Re, and they used the bee products in many, many recipes. Like half of their recipes for treatments were based on honey. And you see this on one of the monuments in Egypt, the bee. And you see also here the bees in this image. And again, the bees. And again, the bees in the treatment, including also the propolis, which was used apparently also into the mummification of the corpses, of the pharaohs, of the mummies. Okay, so also here, as I said, this Egyptian papyrus, Edwin Smith, like half of the recipes were based on honey. Honey, it's in itself a medicinal product, but the honey is also a very, very good solvent and a very good carrier for the medicinal plants because it enhances the absorption of the extracts of medicinal plants or the substances in the body. So that's why it was used extensively, not only in Egypt, but also in India, in Ayurveda, in traditional Chinese medicine, all the cultures, old cultures. Now, more recently in Europe was considered Saint Ambrosius as a saint of beekeepers, like a saint which is protecting the bees and beekeepers. And indeed, we beekeepers, we have a lot of protection from above because we live longer than the rest of the population. So we have a good longevity. Again, this image, and then you see here an image which was taken maybe 15 years ago in Nepal. And it happens that I know exactly this area. I was in Nepal some years ago, and I know that the people, the beekeepers, actual beekeepers, they are collecting the honey in the same way, if you want, like 12,000 years ago. And now here in Saudi Arabia, another image, they are still using these horizontal hives, and they collect the honeycomb honey. And you see here the same method, like horizontal hives, here horizontal hives. They prefer it because in Saudi Arabia and many Arab countries, the heat of the sun is very, very powerful. And this form of hive with this protection with the earth, with the clay and the horizontal position is better for the maintenance of the bees inside. Now we have in Europe and several other countries, you know, the bees, they are going inside deep cavities in the big trees. And there are people nowadays using this kind of beekeeping too. 6,000 years ago, Pochinkova mentioned in one of her books that the Indians have used the honey as a food and propolis and honey as a wound healer. Sumerian tablets also mention this. In China, Shen Nong, books of herbs. Shen Nong is considered the father of phytotherapy in China. And in that book, 1,000 years ago, honey, beeswax, and bee brood were considered as top grade and non-poisonous medicines. Okay. And then several other people in China used, of course, during the centuries, the bee products for various reasons. In ancient Greece and Rome, we have the famous Hippocrates, the father of medicine, who recommended a lot the use of bee products. And also in the Greek mythology, bees were supposed to be the messengers of the gods and honey to be a source of wisdom and poetry. Okay, and then one recipe was to use honey and bees which were crushed, dead bees. Crushed dead bees, they contain still inside bee venom. And the bee venom is still active about 5 years after the bee has died. If it's kept, of course, in good conditions, not on heat. And if you put them on a bald head or thin hair, you'll see the hair grow again. And there are proofs of this kind of effect also nowadays, but the patient must be very, very conscious, and they must be very ambitious to do the treatment a long enough time. Very, very famous this saying, ubi apis, ibi salus. Wherever there are bees, there is health, Caius Plinius. And indeed, where are bees, there is an apiary, there is a beekeeper. The beekeepers have a much better health than the rest of the population. In Islamic world, in Quran, it is mentioned in two surahs about the honey and the bees being healing. And this is very good for all Muslim people, all Muslim countries, because they accept apitherapy much easier than Western countries, which are now a lot under the business manipulation done by the pharma industry. You see here beehives, or traditional beehives in the past. Beekeeping in Romania 2000 years ago. Herodotus said, do not cross Danubius, the land is inhabited by bees. And we know that our ancestors used a lot the bee products. They were getting a lot of power. And in one of the old books was mentioned that our ancestors were able to fight with the bears. Of course, an exaggeration, but this led to the start of apitherapy in Romania, because Dr. Alexandru Parteniu is the father of apitherapy in Romania. He read about this story and he said, wow, these bee products must be very powerful. So let me study them. And then he used them in sport medicine a lot. Okay, modern era, in ex-Russia, it were many advancements. Dr. Parteniu in Romania. And then you'll see here, it's a nice story about Leonid Brezhnev, who was having a big problem. He was having a palsy. He was healed by bee stings. And in our present time, I told you about the Dr. Philip Terci and the creation of our International Federation of Apitherapy. 20 May is the UN World Bee Day. There are a lot of conferences. See here again the beehives in old paintings in some centuries ago. Some more photos. The bees. Okay, propolis used for the blockade of the putrefaction, like you see mummification of a mouse, which enter into the beehive. And we have in our body like constant tissues and cells which are dying. And these dying cells can create good food for the bacteria. So the bees, they found a solution to block this kind of putrefaction, because propolis, for example, it's antiproteolytic. Okay, it's the mummies in Egypt, where propolis was apparently used too. Bee stings, you see here it's a bee sting, somebody treating with bee sting in the Quran, as I said. And here it's one mentioning of bee venom in 1934. And here another one in 1858. The word apitherapy was first created by Dr. Bodok Beck. Here is one photo from China in 2012 in Zhenjiang. As I said, there are now hundreds of conferences which were organized on apitherapy since 1965. Dr. Philip Terci, very famous. We consider him the father of modern apitherapy. He worked in Austria and then in actual Slovenia in Maribor. Dr. Bodok Beck, the creator of the word apitherapy, he was in New York. Mr. Charles Mraz, he was a beekeeper, but with unbelievable charisma, and he created practically the apitherapy in the United States. And here the story with Brezhnev, and also Stalin used bee products for health. Okay, PubMed nowadays, there are thousands of articles on bee products or its components like polyphenols, vitamins, and melittin. And now a few slides on the bee products in modern medicine and nutrition. First, nutrition, honey in the big hotels like 5-star hotels. The rich people, the intelligent people, they know that honey is very, very good, and they prefer honeycomb honey. which is the perfect form of honey. If you want centrifugated honey, it has less properties because during centrifugation, some components are lost in the air, like volatile components, and there is also a small oxidation and contamination. Here it's an antibiogram. You know, antibiogram, you put an antibiotic substance on top of a culture of a bacteria. And like you see here, in a study done in Serbia, you put oxacillin, and and here is a culture of Staphylococcus aureus. And you see oxacillin, this antibiotic is doing nothing, but the propolis, various propolis extracts are destroying this Staphylococcus aureus. And now it's a big problem all over the world with the nosocomial infections, with those people which goes into the hospitals and they die in the hospital because they get this very dangerous bacteria. And the bee products can destroy this bacteria. And also medicinal plants, also essential oils, they can destroy this bacteria and can save the life of millions, I repeat, millions of people in the next years. Professor Bernard Descott, the father of use of honey in France, in medicinal honey for the wounds, and he treated over 3,000 cases with honey, and you see unbelievable results. Honey is the best for the healing of wounds. And you see also you can inject even directly into the wounds, like you see in this image, or honey and propolis extract. And honey propolis can be used against all kind of bad wounds like gangrene. And here it's from Italy, Dr. Ferraboli, injection of propolis tincture into the bone. And you see the healing very fast in 30 days. Here it's another example of use of honey and some propolis in burns in children. And you see complete 100% recovery of this burn. In stomatology and dentistry, we have Dr. Felitti, very good. He is doing for many years injection of propolis into the teeth after, of course, doing the dental work necessary. We have also the administration, modern administration of propolis, not just by swallowing or mixing with some medicinal plants, but also with the help of the heat, you can make the volatile components from the propolis go easier out. And then you can propolize a room, or you can propolize a car inside. Practically the car becomes like a propos sauna, if you want. And it's very useful to have such a device when you have a cold. Propos steam, it's another device created in Slovenia where you can put more propolis, the same principle. We have hundreds of different pharmaceutical forms based on bee products. And not only these ones, there are many more. One of them, very interesting, it's administration of honey for eye diseases. Also intravenous administration of honey, and I'm very happy to tell you that Professor Mamdouh Abdul Rahman will launch very soon his book on honey, use of honey intravenous. And in Germany, they have a solution, very modern solution. They take honey, they dilute it to 10%, and then they microfilter it. And they also recommend it for intravenous administration. There are several heilpraktikers in Germany who are using this. So I'm finishing my presentation with the last idea that the artificial intelligence, which all of us, we are using it, it's unbelievable. And the connection of artificial intelligence with the bee products, Apitherapy and Phytotherapy and Aromatherapy will bring us a lot of very interesting results in the future. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Stângaciu, for this journey in apitherapy through thousands of years and cultures from all over the world. Modern therapy, apitherapy continues this legacy, and your work is part of these advances, especially in Romania. And thank you very much for your input. Now, if there are questions from our participants. If there are other questions, then we will continue. I will ask Dr. Stângaciu if he can help me with my presentation.
Yes.
The Pharmacy History Museum in Sibiu, Romania, part of the European route of historic pharmacy and medicinal gardens.
Okay.
Symposium, Traditional Natural Therapies in Ethnomedicine, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to present the paper, The Pharmacy History Museum in Sibiu, Romania, part of the European route of historic pharmacies and medicinal gardens. The Cultural Route program, launched by the Council of Europe in 1987, demonstrates in a visible way, by means of a journey through space and time, how the heritage of the different countries and cultures of Europe represent a shared cultural heritage. The cultural routes put into practice the fundamental values of the Council of Europe, like human rights, cultural democracy, cultural diversity and identity, dialogue, mutual exchange and enrichment across boundaries and centuries. As of 2024, there are 48 certified cultural routes of the Council of Europe, and Aromas Itinerarium Salutis is one of them. The European route of historic pharmacies and medicinal gardens allows visitors to discover the history of pharmacy in Europe by exploring medico-pharmaceutical knowledge and traditional practices related to medicinal plants, which are an integral part of our heritage and remain essential to the health of Europeans. Visitors can enjoy immersive experiences both on site and virtually in medicinal gardens and historic pharmacies, and access often inaccessible places. This route covers the whole continent, incorporating specific and significant sites from various countries, creating a common thread that evokes our shared roots. The European route of historic pharmacies and medicinal gardens recounts the development of botanical and pharmaceutical medicine in Europe through sites that played a crucial role in the history of medical knowledge. A cultural route of the Council of Europe is an international network which implements the fundamental principle of the Council: human rights, cultural democracy, cultural diversity and identity, and mutual exchange and enrichment across borders. The legacy of historic pharmacies and medicinal gardens contribute to raising awareness and knowledge of a shared European memory, history, and heritage by fostering cultural ties and dialogue among Europe's diverse countries and regions. The cultural roots of the Council of Europe implement activities in the following 5 priority fields of action: cooperation in research and development, enhancement in memory, history, and European heritage, cultural and educational exchanges for young Europeans, contemporary cultural and artistic practice, and cultural tourism and sustainable cultural development. The list of member destinations of the Aroma Itinerarium Salutis network reflects the richness and diversity of European pharmaceutical and medical garden heritage. Updated for 2025, the selection includes fully preserved historic pharmacies, medicinal gardens, monastic complexes, and places of memory of symbolic relevance that contribute to the broader narrative of health and botanical knowledge in European history. Let me present to you a few of the members of the European route. The EEST pharmacy, located in the historic town of Livia, Spain, an enclave entirely surrounded by French territory, is a result of historical treaties in the 17th century. This unusual setting adds to the charm and character of the site, making a visit to the EEST pharmacy not only a journey into the world of medicine, but also into the complexities of European history and borders. The EEST pharmacy is considered one of the oldest pharmacies in Europe, with records dating back to 1594. Another member is the historic pharmacy of the Palazzo Abbaziale di Loreto, located in Mercoliano, within the Benedictine Abbey of Montevergine. Is a remarkable example of a monastic pharmacy from the 18th century. Originally established to serve both the Benedict monks and the local community, the pharmacy follows traditional herbal practices rooted in century-old monastic knowledge. Its interior houses more than 300 hand-painted Maiolica jars, once used to store medicinal herbs, spices, and compounds, offering a vivid testament to the art of healing in the early modern period. The Pharmacy Museum in Sarajevo, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, is a true newly opened museum in July 2022, in the first institution in Bosnia and Herzegovina entirely dedicated to the history of pharmacy. Located in the heart of a city, the museum offers an immersive journey through the evolution of pharmaceutical science in the region, highlighting its cultural and scientific significance across the century. The permanent exhibition is structured around 5 major historical periods: the medieval era, the Ottoman period, the Austro-Hungarian rule, the time of Yugoslavia, and the modern state. Another member is the Museum of Pharmacy from Poland, is located in the building that was built in 1840 with a specific purpose to house the first pharmacy in the city. The place itself and the exhibits contained within allow the public to learn about the history of pharmaceutical developments of the 19th century and early 20th century. Now to talk about our museum in Sibiu. The History of Pharmacy Museum is part of the Brukenthal National Museum since the beginning of the collection in 1950. The outset of this museum was triggered by the Act from 2nd of April 1949 that initiated the nationalization of pharmacies in Romania. The pharmacies were divided into 2 categories: those who were turned over to the state and continued to operate, and those that were closed. Nationalized pharmacies' inventory contained numerous valuable artifacts considering their age and technical scientific importance, making the development and evolution of this noble profession in Romania. As a result, in 1949, the Ministry of Health released a decree stipulating that all history of pharmacy vestiges found in the possession of the nationalized pharmacies from the country should be sent to the Brukenthal National Museum in Sibiu. The reason why they were sent here is the fact that the first pharmacy from the current-day territory of Romania, dated back to 1494, was in Sibiu. Since 1950, over 70 pharmacies, pharmaceutical offices, and medical institutions from 32 municipalities across the country responded to the decree. The Brukenthal History collection, the pharmacy collection, was thus established. It was held under storage for over 20 years until the completion of the inventory and exhibition area. The museum was opened to the public in 1972. The museum is organized similar to a traditional pharmacy. The visitor enters as soon as the museum door opens into the dispensary, traditional element in the configuration of a pharmacy, serving as a presentation space, an area for preparing and selling remedies. The dispensary is connected to the laboratory by a lobby, exhibiting objects used in pharmaceutical technology and in medical practice. A pharmaceutical laboratory with components from the 18th to the 19th century has been reassembled in the next room to the lobby, illustrating the complexity of remedies development and preparation during that period. The last room of the general exhibition is reserved to homeopathy, and it is the only collection of homeopathy in Romania, counting
Stai așa. Trebuie să-mi pun ochelarii, în primul rând, să
After
văd.
inauguration, the museum's collection has diversified and increased, now including
Ce să mai văd, mă?
624 structures into the
Da,
following general categories, as you can see from the images: furniture and accessories, pharmaceutical containers, bottles and jars, laboratory instruments, specific machinery and equipment, medical instruments and accessories, books, documents, homeopathic inventory, both bottles, vials, and kits. And the origin of these remedies, utensils, containers, books, and historical documents are famous European centers such as Vienna, Dresden, Leipzig, Berlin, Stuttgart, Budapest, London, Paris, from where they were purchased by pharmacists who practice in Romania. As a conclusion, I would like to say that the museum's collection includes thus a European heritage and is proud to be considered as part of the European route of pharmaceutical museums and botanical gardens. Thank you for your attention, and we hope that you will visit the institutions, part of the European route of the historical pharmacies and medicinal garden, and of course, visit our museum in Sibiu. Thank you.
Thank you. If there are any questions related to this presentation.
I want to thank you very much, dear colleague, for this extraordinary presentation and for this project, because this project offers for us, which we work in natural therapies and complementary in integrative medicine, offer us new possibilities to develop the values, the benefits of different natural therapies. And I am sure that it will be a very nice collaboration, which we started many years ago, about 10 years ago. Traditional values of Sibiu. We will continue in connection with this European project. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Rosenberg. And now I would like to give the word to you. You are going to present us the global tapestry of traditional natural therapy across cultural exploration.
First of all, I try to share screen. Now, host disabled. Dear Dr. Stângaciu, please to give me the possibility to share screen. No, it's not. Dr. Stângaciu.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's possible to share screen?
Yes, yes.
No, host disabled participant.
Okay.
Screen.
Let me do for you the hosting. Wait a second.
Is good.
Yes. Co-host. Yes. Now you can share the screen.
Yes.
And one other thing, it was I'll say mute all. Okay. So please open your microphone again, Professor Rosenberg. Because open your microphone.
Now it's okay?
Yes, yeah, now it's okay. We can hear you and we see the screen very well.
Thank you very much. I will present, I will have a presentation about the global tapestry of traditional natural therapies, like a cross-cultural exploration. Some words about this global heritage, which represent ethnomedicine, ethnopharmacy. Traditional natural therapies, deeply embedded with diverse ethnomedicinal systems, represent a vast global, really a global heritage of healing knowledge. In this presentation, I will explore the cross-cultural universality of this therapies, natural therapies, highlighting their holistic principles, profound connection to nature, and the vital role of traditional healers in knowledge transmission. This presentation examines specific examples from Asian, for example, traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, the old traditional Indian medicine, also European, African, and indigenous Americas traditions, focusing on their unique approaches and share underlying philosophy. About future of traditional knowledge, it is possible to be a question for our roundtable discussion. What will be the future of this traditional knowledge, of this traditional ethnomedicine? I will present today some critical challenges in preserving this invaluable knowledge, opportunities for scientific validation, because it's necessary a serious scientific validation, and ethical integration into modern healthcare, into modern medicine, and the imperative for cultural sensitivity. Some ideas, some words about foundations of ethnomedicine. Across diverse cultures, ethnomedicinal systems frequently share core principles. A common characteristic is the holistic approach, which views health as a state of balance involving the mind, body, and spirit, rather than merely the absence of disease. This contrasts sharply with reductionist, simplist approaches often seen in conventional Western medicine. About universal principles and local expressions of ethnomedicine, of natural therapies. Another fundamental aspect is the profound connections of these natural therapies. Part of ethnomedicine is the connection to nature. For example, indigenous communities and traditional societies have historically derived their medicinal resources directly from their natural environment, developing very good, extensive knowledge of local flora, of local medicinal and aromatic plants, of local fauna, and geological features. For example, minerals, because we know very well a lot of minerals are there and are utilized in this traditional for healing by these traditional therapies. The understanding of these natural resources, natural remedies, is often intertwined with spiritual beliefs and respect for the environment. Only some words about the traditional healers, about the role of these healers. The role of traditional healers is very important to explain the efficacy and transmission of ethnomedicinal knowledge, whether referred to as shamans, herbalists, bone settlers, or traditional doctors. These individuals, these persons, possess specialized knowledge of diagnosis, treatment, but also spiritual practices. How is active this transmission of how is possible the transmission of traditional knowledge? oral tradition and apprenticeship. Yes, the religions and oral traditions and practical apprenticeships has historically been the primary means by which this complex body of knowledge is preserved and transmitted across generations, ensuring its continuity within communities. The global landscape of traditional natural therapies is rich and varied, with distinct systems involving different geographical and cultural contexts, yet often addressing similar health challenges. What is the position of World Health Organization toward these natural therapies? What is the position of WHO to integrative medicine? The position is very clear, established now in a strategy of the organization of the WHO, a strategy for the next years, 2025 to 2034. And what are the key words of this strategy? We must, if we want to integrate natural therapies into modern medicine in the next years, in the next decades, it's necessary to respect this strategy. And I will present some keywords. First of all, scientific basis. Is necessary intensifying research to scientifically validate traditional practices. Another keyword is regulation, developing regulatory mechanisms to ensure safety and good quality for these natural products utilized for these natural therapies, utilized for prevention and treatment of different diseases. Another important keyword is integration, creating models for the ethical and effective integration of traditional therapies into modern health system. We observe these keywords are in accord with allopathic medicine. Every time when we discuss about allopathic medicine, the keywords are validation, regulation, integration. And if we want to dance, we want to integrate these therapies in modern medicine, we want to dance how after the music of WHO. We want very diplomatically, but we want to go to these basic ideas: validation, regulation, integration. And sure, another important direction of this strategy is for indigenous community rights, recognizing and protecting traditional knowledge while ensuring the fair sharing of benefits. You know very well what are the traditional natural therapies recognized by WHO. First of all, traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, herbal medicine, or phytotherapy, osteopathy and chiropractic, indigenous medicine, traditional Korean medicine, Unani medicine, and homeopathy and naturopathy. And we hope very much in International Federation of Apitherapy to obtain the validation, to obtain for apitherapy to be recognized like officially by WHO, to be recognized traditional natural therapy, yes, which is possible to utilize, to be utilized worldwide. Some words about traditional Chinese medicine, originating 1000 years ago, 3,500 years ago. TCM is predicated on core concepts such as Qi, life force energy, yin yang balance, complementary opposing forces, and the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. What are the pillars of TCM? Every time we think we discuss only about acupuncture. No, TCM is based on a very serious herbal medicine. About 5,000 different medicinal herbs are utilized by the Chinese by TCM for prevention and treatment of disease. Also, diet therapy and sure acupuncture, which is officially used worldwide. Ayurveda, the old Indian medicine, meaning science of life. Ayurveda is another ancient system, 5,000 years base, documented health system based on the principle of doshas, vata, pitta, kapha, representing fundamental energies or principles that govern bodily function. Ayurvedic natural therapies encompass a vast pharmacopoeia of herbal remedies based surely on the rich flora of India. Also, very important in Ayurveda, specific dietary regimens, therapeutic massage, and practices such as yoga and meditation, all aimed to restoring the equilibrium. European, only some words about European roots and modern in the context of modern relevance. European ethnomedicine, through thought often less formally documented than some Asian systems mentioned before, has a deep history of relying on natural remedies. Historically, European folk medicine was involved extensive use of local herbs, specific dietary practice, and various forms of hydrotherapy. Because this conference is organized in the middle of Romania, in Transylvania, in Sibiu, yes, I want to focus on some particular benefits of this part of natural therapy on Romanian ethnomedicine. Romania, particularly the Transylvania region, boasts a rich heritage of traditional healing. This includes unique herbal tradition, deeply rooted in the Carpathian flora, a very rich flora, with specific plants used for generation to treat various ailments, various health problems. Apitherapy is the therapeutic use of bee products like honey, propolis, royal jelly, beevenom, which were mentioned extraordinary by Dr. Ștefan Stângaciu before, has a strong traditional base foundation in Romanian folk medicine, reflecting a long-standing understanding of medicinal properties of bee products. Another therapeutic method, very ancient, very old therapeutic method, is balneotherapy, because Romania is very rich in mineral and thermal waters. And this practice, balneotherapy, was utilized from centuries, or better to say, from millennia. For example, băile herculane were utilized this thermal and mineral water were utilized 2,000 years ago by the Romans. African, some words only African traditional medicine, which will be very nice and very well represented in our conference because we will have 4 speakers from Africa, which will present this heritage traditional values. This diverse set of practices often integrate medicinal plants with spiritual rituals and divinatory practices, emphasizing the interconnectedness of physical, spiritual, and social well-being. Native American healing practice characterized by a profound respect for nature. This tradition utilizes sacred plants, ceremonies, and a deep spiritual connection to the land for healing. Amazonian ethnomedicine, this region is really a global hotspot of biodiversity, and its indigenous communities possess very important knowledge of medicinal properties of rainforest plants, often applied within shamanic healing context. Before to finalize this presentation, only some words about challenges, but opportunities, possibilities in the preservation and integration of ethnomedicine. Some words about challenges. Despite their historical resilience, traditional natural therapies face significant challenges. Threats to traditional knowledge include the rapid modernization, the loss of biodiversity, we know very well due to environmental degradation worldwide, and cultural erosion as younger generation move away from ancestral practices. But also exist opportunities. And I think during our today and tomorrow, during our roundtable discussion, we have the possibility to discuss about these opportunities. However, there are substantial opportunities. First of all, for scientific validation and ethical integration. Modern scientific research can play a crucial role in elucidating the pharmacological mechanisms of traditional remedies, potentially leading to the discovery of new therapeutic products, new therapeutic drugs. Opportunities exist for integrating effective traditional therapies into conventional healthcare system, offering more holistic and culturally sensitive patient care. This requires bridging the gap between empirical traditional knowledge and evidence-based medicine. It's not possible to discuss about natural therapies without evidence-based medicine. In conclusion, the global tapestry of traditional natural therapies represented invaluable legacy of human ingenuity and resilience in the face of illness. This cross-cultural exploration reveals the diversity, commonalities, and enduring power of ethnomedicinal system. The knowledge embedded with this practice continues to offer profound insights into well-being, providing a testament to humanity's ongoing quest for health and harmony with nature. Finally, thank you very much for your kind attention with this beautiful image of Sibiu, where is located, where is our conference located. Thank you very much.
Excellent presentation, extraordinary, very well overview of the situation in the world. Thank you very much, Professor Rosenberg.
Thank you very much.
The next presentation, Anna, it's Badia Leusi. I hope Badia is here. She told me she's in. Oh, yes. Hello, Badia. If you can open your microphone and let me set you as co-host. Where are you here? Badia Leusi. Ah, Professor Badia Leusi. Okay. Okay, Professor Badia, I made you co-host. Just open your microphone. Badia Leusi is from Morocco. She is the head of pharmacognosy department in Fez. She has a huge experience with medicinal plants and also with bee products. Yes, Badia, you can share your screen.
Okay. Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes, I put you as a co-host.
Okay.
And you can, yes, just open your, yes.
هنا عين نشوفها سمية. Partager l'écran. Do you see my screen? Okay.
Oui, yes, yes.
It's good?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I am very happy to be with you in this interesting conference. I would like to thank the organizing committee for adding me as speaker in this very interesting topic. So therapeutic use of plants from traditional to evidence. Plants had always been and always will be a source of our medicines. As Dr. Ladislau have a very good speech about traditional and complementary medicine, you have acupuncture, you have herbal medicine, but we have many therapy methods because we have epigenetic, like humoral imbalance, environmental factors, and pathogens, which gives diseases. And we have some therapies like spiritual therapy, diet, drug therapy, hammam, bloodletting, hijama, prophetic medicine, intestine cleaning, physiotherapy, exercise, and massage. The potential of ethnomedicine in drug discovery, there are approximately 275,000 head plants. Ethnomedical reports are available for about only 5%. And we have 74% of plant-derived drugs were discovered based on ethnomedical reports. So modern drug discovery depends principally on ethnopharmacology approach. Ethnopharmacology is exchange of information and understanding about people's use of plants, fungi, animals, microorganisms, minerals, and their biological and pharmacological aspects. From antiquity, as Professor Ladislau has explained very good, we have civilization of the Orient, India, Ayurvedic medicine, body health care by natural resources, with treatises of medical science, Sharaka, Samhita, description of 341 medicinal plants. Civilization of the Orient from China, Individual experience, discovery of toxical plant and herbal cures, notion of drug tolerance and posologies, treatises of medicine with 274 herbal cures. In the antiquity, we have Egyptian civilization, and we have some, in some African countries, some medicinal plants like Artemisia absinthium, Acacia, Balanitz, Bryonica, Myrtus, Sisyphus lotus, from Eper papyrus. From this antiquity Egyptian civilization, we have pomegranates. I will give some scientific validation of this plant. We have mandrave, cumin, garlic, and essential oils for aromatherapies. In the antiquity, we have also ancient Greece, in ancient Greece, Hippocrate, the primal law of healing, let thy food be the medicine. And in Corpus Hippocratum, we have more than 230 plants, garlic, asparagus, celery, mentha, olives. In ancient Rome, Treaty of Phytotherapy, Treaty of Teriac of Gallian, retranscribed by the Arab school, and we have licorice, millepertuis, cypress. In the Middle Age, we have Ibn Sina, Qanun fi Tib, held from herbs. It's a rare manuscript made in Iran in the 15th centuries. And in Qarawiyyin University, it's university in Fez, Morocco. It's the old university in the world. It had been built by a lady, Fatima al-Fihriya, in 8th century. And here we have rare manuscript, which gives herbals in acute and chronic diseases. It is very interesting, this manuscript of Ibn Tufayl. We have Ibn Baytar as Muslim scholars, and it gives a very good approaches for traditional use and scientific validation of this plant. I will give some examples for this. And in our Moroccan pharmacopée, we have many books with foods and medications in Islamic world. We have Moroccan pharmacopée, traditional Moroccan pharmacopée, traditional modern for medicine for modern times. I have many chapters in this book, and Greco-Arab and Islamic herbal medicine by my collaborator, Professor Bashar. From ethnobotany, ethnopharmacology to modern medicine, we have morphine, we have aspirin, but we have also some historical landmark at the 19th century. We have belladonna, atropine, we have curars and digitalis as cardiotonic from plant digitalis. We have vinca minor for cerebral vasodilatator. We have all active principles of this plant used in traditional medicine. And we have in 20th century ginkgo biloba as vasodilatator and anti-ischemic with all these active principles. And we have Taxus baccata as antitumoral, vincrescine and vinblastine. Some herbal dietary supplements. Garlic has been used for cardiovascular diseases in traditional medicine. Ginkgo biloba for old age dementia. Ginseng for adaptogenic. Saint-Jean wort for depression. Turmeric for wound healing. Ginger for stomach disorder. All this had been used as based on traditional medicine. Food aid medicine, we have rational, like for tomatoes. Tomatoes is rich in lycopene, which is forte antioxidant that reduces the risk of cancer, stomach cancer, and also heart disease. We have carrot, rich in beta-carotene, and carrot is rich in antioxidant. It is like channel blockers to reduce hypertension. And we have vitamin C, protect against hypertension and stroke. It improves vascular endothelial function. It also possesses lead detoxification potential. So it is very interesting in Ayurvedic description. It had been marked this plant, Acorus calamus. Also in our prophetic medicine, Acorus calamus had been a sacred plant. It has biological target to increase HDL and therapeutic class of hypolipidemic epidemic markers. And we have these articles that give us the effect of active principle alpha azarose analogues related to clofibrat in maize. But here in 2023, we have a very good article which gives us that Acorus calamus has bioreserve of medicinal values. Treat gastric ulcer, antispasmodique, inhibe intestinal spasm, neuroprotective, antidépresseur, Alzheimer disease treaters, central nervous system, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-diabetic effects, myocardial cell protection, all this panoply of action of this plant. But he had been in our prophetic medicine and also in Ayurvedic description. Lead molecule is azaron. So it is very interesting to make this scientific validation of traditional use of plants. Like Zanzibar officinalis also, lead molecule is gingerols. It had been used as analgesic, antitussive, cardiotonic, and sedative. But when you look at traditional uses, we have the effect on nausea and vomiting. But now we isolate gingerols as cholinergic and calcium antagonists to treat hypertension. But go back to drug therapy, to phytotherapy. When you look at aspirin, we have a decrease in pain, increase in ulcers. With willow bark, we have decrease in pain, equilibration of ulcer. But when we make with ginger, we have decrease in pain and in ulcer by decrease in cyclooxygenase, lipooxygenase, and Helicobacter pylori, and also like calcium channel blockers. All these foods and plants have active principles, like for red grapes, resveratrol, turmeric, curcumin. Now it's in clinical trials. Curcumin is working very, very good with very big efficacy. We have propolis, caffeic acid, fennel, basil, ginger, aloe vera. But we should have evidence-based complementary alternative medicine by research strategies. We should have a long history of use. So we have this material plants with extract fraction, pure component, active lead component, determination of potential toxicity, determination of efficacy, and application. But you could not directly by herbalist to tell that this plant is safe and to use it directly. I give you some examples from Morocco. You have conducted ethnobotanical studies since 2003 with the Journal of Ethnopharmacology. We have more than 10 publications at this aspect, but now it is very, very important to use bioinformatics as artificial intelligence in order to know the ethnobotanical knowledge of medicinal plants origin by herbalists, because herbalists conserve rich ethnomedicinal heritage, and it gives us a very good approach to study the efficacy and the synergistic effect of medicinal plants to treat pathologies. And here I give you an example of our laboratory. I give you on 2003 a survey that Ajuga-Iva had been used to treat hypertension. And here we have in 2021, this article in Journal of Ethnopharmacology, we isolated the active principles of this plant, and we give us two sprone hypertensive rates with cerebral vasoconstriction, and it gives us a very good vasorelaxing effect. So it is scientific evidence that Ajuga-Iva used by herbalists, it's very beneficial for hypertension. In traditional Arab herbal medicine in the eastern region in the Mediterranean, we have more than 2,600 plant species and 450 and 600 plants are noted for their use as medicinal herbs. And we have for inflammation, for fever, for skin diseases, for diabetes, for sexual weakness, also for liver diseases, for pain, for cancer, all this list of plants. And this herbal-based therapy in liver diseases, we have Silybum marianum, inflammations. We use Nigella sativa. I will give you an example. Cancer, Nigella sativa. In the diabetes, we have Allium cepa, Trigonella funiculum. In digestive system, Seratonica silica. And it is a very good article by Professor Bashar that Juglon, Olea europea urtica atriplex, the synergistic effects used in traditional medicine, give us a very good clinical trials by this glucose level, which give to patients with this plant a very good decrease in glycemia. And after the first week, we have a significant level of glycemia, which is acceptable for 3-4 weeks of therapy. And when you look at the effect of Olea europea, we have hypotensive, hypolipidemic, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory effect, Juglon regia antioxidant, Atriplex alimus antioxidant, urtica dioica. So we have synergistic effect with no toxicity and with a very good reduced effect on hemoglobin glycate. And we have this evidence-based scientific validation of these plants. And the proposed mechanism of action at the level of antioxidant inhibition of production of glucose. We have also reduction of insulin resistance. All this gives us inhibition of alpha-glucosidase, the mechanism of action of this plant. Go to Nigella sativa, our prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam stated the black seed can heal every disease except death. So it is very sacred plant, antioxidant, analgesic, hypocholesterolemic, all these effects. We have different molecular targets by thymokinone, antihistaminic, antioxidant, immunomodulatory, antimicrobial, antioxidant. And we have many essential ways of Nigella sativa in metabolic syndrome rates. We have a very good relaxation effect induced by noradrenaline and KCL. And we have a vasorelaxing effect of Nigella sativa oils in endothelium intact thoracic aorta. Also, the second is pomegranate used in Egyptian civilization. And we have pomegranate as antioxidant, anti-cancer with all mechanisms of actions, antimicrobial, with several targets of Punica granatum. And we have made a very good effect of flowers of Punica granatum in diabetic Merrion-Shawi metabolic syndrome. We have a very good reduction of glycemia and also of insulin resistance parameters. Proposed mechanism of action, we have inhibition of alpha-glucosidase, we have reduction of triglyceride, oxidative stress, antioxidant effect, and also stimulation of glucose transport. Olea europea, also in our Quran and in prophetic medicine, it is atherosclerosic bud, is used as chemotherapy. And when we use olive leaves, we have stimulation of insulin secretion, antioxidant effect. We have hypolipidemic effect, hypotensive effect. And all this panoply of action, antimicrobial, digestive system, anti-inflammatory, osteoporosis, blood pressure, anti-tumor effect of olive leaves. Very interesting. In Morocco, we have argan tree, Argania spinosa, endemic to Morocco. It is very, very interesting tree, and it gives us a very good impact on traditional extraction of argan oil. Had been since long time with the ladies who make this extraction, and with the biotechnological aspects now, we have a very good effect. And when you look at the effect of Argania spinosa oil, we have a very good decrease in LDL cholesterol, increase in HDL, decrease in cholesterol and in triglyceride. And we make some validation of the effect, antioxidant effect of argan oil in order to have this biochemical and histological changes. In conclusion, ethnomedical traditions play a vital role in drug discovery, thus ensure the preservation and respect of indispensable traditional knowledge. But you should have standardization and quality because we have Paracel's principle. The toxic, it's not the toxic effect, but the dose. Dose, it is the impact of the toxicity. Efficacy of the herbal products has to be proved in clinical trials, including dose response studies. There should be clinical evidence to substantiate efficacy claims. Analysis of the content and identification of active components of the individual herbs, action, isolation and identification of bioactive principles, or more pragmatic investigation of complex, ideally individuated herbal formula, which is the real stuff used in actual practice. In conclusion, for medicine, prevention is better than cure. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, dear Professor Badia Liusi, for your excellent presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Ladislau, because I apologize. I don't have time to organize my presentation, but it's my pleasure because I am very excited by this traditional medicine and by scientific validation and to enhance this traditional knowledge in our communities.
You presented very well, extraordinary, the long way and the difficult way of medicinal and aromatic plants from ethnomedicine to modern medicine. And this is very important. And another key word I say important is validation, integration in this. But another very important keyword is standardization. In herbal medicine, in phytotherapy, standardization is really a magic word. Thank you very much for your presentation and for your participation as speaker in our conference.
Thank you, Professor Ladislau, also for your conference. It is complementary to mine because I give some plant and you give global approaches. So it is very interesting. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are there any questions from the participants? We have some questions from Katia Aziz. Dr. Stângaciu, if you can unmute. Dr. Stângaciu, are you there? Yes, in a moment.
Yes, I'm here. I will start the presentation of Mrs.
No, we have some questions for Professor Liusi from Katia Aziz. If you can unmute her, please. Unmute the participants so if they have any questions for the professor.
Okay, unmute. Yes, so they can unmute themselves now. The participants wants to put a question.
Yes, please ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Professor Badia. I just wanted to ask you about bee products because you mentioned in your presentation that you would just touch on bee products in Morocco and how they are used in your country for medicinal healing.
Okay, yes. In Morocco, we use principally use honey for healing, for wound healing in clinic. We use thymus honey, use lavandula honey, use euphorbia honey, and also for gastric ulcer, for fever. We use also propolis in synergy with honey. We mix honey with propolis in some formula. And we make some arrow honey essential oils with honey for treating respiratory diseases.
Fantastic. Thank you.
For nothing.
Are there other questions for Professor Liosi? If there are no other questions, we will go on with the presentations from Dr. Bridget Goodwin from Australia, President of the Australian Apitherapy Association. The presentation title is Ancient and Modern Methods to Treat Squamous Cell Cancer Case Study. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bridget Goodwin from Australia. For quite a few years now, I've been studying apitherapy, and I originally studied with Dr. Stângaciu in Romania, but I later went to China and did a special apitherapy diploma in Beijing. And I was very fortunate because I was sent to work in a few Chinese hospitals where apitherapy is part of the medical system, where they actually still practice using live bee venom after 4,000 years in Chinese medicine. So that's pretty amazing. I became interested in apitherapy in 2020 when I accidentally reversed an Australian woman's skin cancer using bee products and a Korean cold plasma device. My first apitherapy diploma was actually about treating basal cell carcinoma with bee products and cold plasma. So I had some experience of doing this. I've later produced a postdoctoral study in the treatment of various forms of cancer with bee venom and sonodynamic therapy. Sonodynamic therapy is a practice of using ultrasound and sensitizing drugs or organic medicine to treat cancer cells with ultrasound, which is non-toxic and quite an effective treatment and goes very, very well with apitherapy. Today, I'd like to present a case study of a treatment I've done this year in Mexico with a 74-year-old Texan man. This man, Rusty Johnson, was exposed extensively to the sun without protection as a child and has had a lifelong battle with skin cancer. Are you feeling any tingling?
Yeah, a little tingling there, but is it back in my hair?
I'll go back in here.
Is it back in my hair?
There's some little ones in there. We've sort of zapped them a bit, but I'll just keep. Can you feel activity back here in your hair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. This case is an excellent example of how ancient medicine, such as bee products and herbal medicine, can be combined with ultra-modern medicine to achieve results. The ultra-modern techniques include cold plasma, sonodynamic therapy, peptides, and natural killer stem cells. The bee products on their own are very effective, but I found that they work extremely well in combination with these other therapies, especially when allopathic medicine fails. The gold standard treatment in the West for skin cancer of most types is known as Mohs surgery. It's routinely carried out in clinics widely in Australia, Canada, and the United States, with very few options for alternative treatments. It involves cutting and removing the offending cancer and stitching back up, as you can see from these images of people who've had Mohs surgery. It's quite a dramatic operation, but it's very commonly used. And from what patients tell me, the surgeons don't seem to talk to them about how they can also manage their diet and lifestyle to prevent recurrence. And it's very common for patients such as Rusty to have had multiple Mohs surgeries to the point where there's infection, the skin can't heal anymore, and it doesn't seem to work anymore, which is what happened with this man. Here I am at Holistic Biospa having plasmapheresis with the wonderful Ramiro and Esmeralda. In Mexico, there are many kinds of preventative treatments available to battle cancer cells internally that do not involve chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation. Commonly used treatments include intravenous vitamin C, artemisia or wormwood, B17, also known as latril or amygdalina, natural killer cells, and sometimes methylene blue is combined with red light therapy. Let me talk first about the benefits of vitamin C as it is recorded in the medical literature. Many studies have explored the anti-cancer activity of vitamin C. Studies report the results indicate vitamin C may potentially be useful in anti-tumor treatment, especially for patients with melanoma. A 2024 study found that vitamin C increased DNA damage in cancer cells, leading to their death. So it's very useful to know that high-dose vitamin C is a great supplementary treatment. Another commonly used treatment in Mexico is amygdalin, B17 or latril as it's also known. It's a plant-based cyanogenic glycoside that's been the subject of scientific interest for decades. It's been traditionally used in alternative medicine for its diverse biological activities, including anti-cancer, where amygdalin has been explored in complementary therapy. Many studies document its anti-cancer activity, and I'm just showing you some diagrams of how amygdalin has been shown to work in the body. This includes many studies as recently as 2025. Artemisia, or sweet wormwood, is commonly used herb in Western and traditional Chinese medicine. In the last 3 decades, artemisins have shown potent and broad anti-cancer properties in a range of cell lines and animal models, supporting the hypothesis that artemisins have the potential to be developed as an effective anti-cancer therapy. There are several comprehensive reviews examining the evidence for its anti-cancer activity. It has multiple potential mechanisms of action, including anti-proliferative effects through the cell cycle disruption, reactive oxygen species induced DNA damage, and induction of apoptosis, anti-angiogenesis, immunomodulation, and induced radiosensitivity. In addition to these intravenous treatments, other blood therapies are offered that are commonly available in Mexican clinics, but not available in most Western countries. These include 10-pass hematological ozone therapy, intravenous laser therapy, plasmapheresis, and there are many others. Each of these treatments have powerful beneficial effects and are complementary to the treatment I'll describe later. When I first encountered Rusty, he had a series of inflamed scabs that covered most of his scalp. He also had extensive staph infection, and the scabs were very infected. He described to me how his scalp had been like this for 18 months and he hadn't been able to get any relief. The surgeons just offered him more Mohs surgery, which he just couldn't see as being an option since his body was so inflamed and the skin on his head was not healing at all. In addition, his body was covered with numerous eruptions of the skin cancer, and there was a lot to do to treat his arms, legs, and the trunk of his body. Let me talk a little bit about cold plasma. Cold plasma has been studied for its effective destruction of cancer cells. There are many studies looking at the proof of principle on how in vitro and in vivo cancer cells respond to the cold plasma jets. There's very surprising results about how effective it is at ablating cancer cells and causing apoptosis internally and on the surface of skin. It can have important implications in cancer treatment by localizing the affected area of the tissue and by decreasing metastatic development. So this was certainly a very good option to use for Rusty's treatment. I had already had a lot of experience using cold plasma As I said earlier, I made a special study of treating basal cell carcinoma with cold plasma and apitherapy some years ago now. I decided to treat Rusty's squamous cell carcinoma with Korean cold plasma that I've now used for a long time, as well as bee venom therapy. When I went to use the bee venom, I was intending to use injectable venom to kill off the staph bacteria and the skin cancer cells. And I, of course, made sure that Rusty wasn't allergic to bee venom, so we had to begin slowly and make sure that he didn't have any reactions. But what happened instead was his skin started to heal quite quickly, and we had regular treatments for about 9 weeks. So he describes in an interview how effective this was, which I'll play the interview later. But what started to happen was the staph infection cleared, the skin cancer seemed to shrink, and his skin started regenerating. So what bee venom can do for this type of skin cancer is it can actually kill the cancer cells, it can promote skin regeneration, and it can repair fine vascular, relieve pain, and boost the immune system. So bee venom has multiple very helpful effects on the body. I just want to talk a little bit about sonodynamic therapy. For a few years now, I've been combining sonodynamic therapy with many of my treatments. The sonodynamic therapy is an ultrasound treatment used in conjunction with a sensitizer. This treatment is well known to explode cancer cells into reactive oxygen species, boost the immune system, and penetrate deep tissue to expel aberrant cells. So over a period of 9 weeks, I combined the bee venom, the cold plasma, and the sonodynamic therapy in my treatment of Rusty. I also encouraged him to have internal treatments. I didn't supply these, but Rusty had already made a connection with a hematologist in Mexico who could take his own blood and extract natural killer cells and re-inject them back into him as a treatment that he received once a week. So natural killer cells are known to be very, very helpful in cancer therapy because they can actively consume cancer cells, and they're very, very effective in conjunction with the other therapies. I also advise the patient to be very careful with his diet and lifestyle, to make sure he was careful to stay out of the sun, avoid alcohol, and consume a healthy, balanced diet. I also encouraged him to take the following peptides. Cu copper is known to be helpful for skin and skin cancer. Epitalon is known to be helpful for anti-aging. And I encouraged him to regularly consume Essiac tea, which is a famous anti-cancer tea many of you may have heard of. I also supplied him with a topical bee venom, propolis, and manuka honey cream that I make, that I call my Cleopatra cream, because it's been shown to be very effective in the treatment of skin cancer and also for anti-aging. Because the patient was receiving topical as well as internal treatments, his recovery was fairly fast and his wounds began to heal and recede. Each week, we photographed the improvements, and he was very pleased that the weeping sores were finally healing. To conclude my presentation, I'll let you listen to Rusty's explanation of how he responded to the therapy and what the results were.
I'm Rusty Johnston, and I am here for about the 6th session of bee venom and a kind of a multi-layered approach to getting rid of some squamous skin cancer on my forehead and other parts of my body. And the progress has been absolutely remarkable. I've had an open wound on my forehead for 18 months, and it's virtually now closed. The skin is growing back. The potholes are filling back in, and it's very exciting. You've been doing the sonodynamic treatment, and you've been doing the cold plasma treatment. and a little TLC involved too. So it all seems to be working. And then you've got me on a regime of B17 IVs, killer cell IVs. I forget what else is in it, but I'm doing that at least once a week, sometimes twice a week.
And what were the allopathic doctors offering you for your skin cancer?
Just more surgery, more Mohs surgery, which I've done repeatedly, and all that happens is it gets that spot, but all around the where it was before grows back with a vengeance. So it's totally unsatisfactory treatment as far as I'm concerned, but I'm much more optimistic about this.
So tell me, what were they doing? Were they just continually cutting and offering you skin grafts?
Skin grafts if needed, just cutting and letting it heal, or saying come back when it gets worse. I mean, not very creative, and I've been doing that for 30 years.
And did anyone ever talk to you about internal treatments before, like IVs or?
Well, I had a 1 month session in Scottsdale, Arizona, a place called Envita, and that was a multi-layered approach, but mostly it was mega doses of vitamin C. But there were internal cleanses that went on, blood cleanses that went on, what do you call the hyperbaric oxygen treatments, and they worked for a time, but the cancers came back, and I can't tell you whether it's current status of things or just kind of evolution. But I used to get basal cell precancers, and then I got basal cell cancers, and now I'm not really getting much in the way of basal cell cancers. I'm getting squamous cancers, and you know, I honestly preferred the basal cell to the squamous. The squamous are pretty nasty things.
Can you tell me a bit about your history and what caused this problem with your skin?
Oh, I'm told that my problem is from my early childhood. My parents were under the impression that sun was very good for you. And so they overdid it with me. They would take me to the beach in Galveston, Texas, literally every weekend all summer long, and I would get literally blistered on the top of my head and shoulders and entire back. He would heal up by the next weekend, and they did it again, and we did it over and over again. And I'm told that that changed the DNA to make my cells inclined to tip over to the dark side.
And what would you tell people now about this treatment?
If you're not happy with what you've been doing by Western medicine, try this. The results are fast and they're dramatic. So,
thank you. Thank you. You can find my book on Amazon, and please review the references I've drawn on for this presentation. If you have any questions, you're welcome to email me or check out my website at www.olslongevity.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Goodwin. If there are any questions from the participants.
Thank you so much to the organisers of the conference, Dr. Rosenberg and Dr. Stângaciu, and to your wonderful university that has these great events. It's been a great honour to be involved. So are there any questions?
Yes, not a question. Thank you very much, dear Dr. Bridget Goodwin. Dear Bridget, thank you very much for this presentation. And I am really happy and proud to collaborated with you in your postdoctoral thesis, your postdoctoral research, where you studied, you developed these ideas of collaboration of a very old traditional therapeutic method, Apitherapy, the utilization of bee venom for utilization in the treatment of different forms of cancer. And you combine the traditional Apitherapy with a very modern therapeutic method, sonodynamic therapy, which you learned and developed during your practice in China. And I think this is another important way to include in modern medicine therapeutic methods, traditional therapeutic methods with modern therapies. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rosenberg. You're always so very encouraging, and I very much appreciate the support you gave me when I was doing my postdoctoral thesis, and for your ongoing enthusiasm for what I do. And I really appreciate this conference is such a wonderful opportunity to share these ideas of ancient and modern medicine all around the world. So thank you very much again.
Thank you for your collaboration.
Thank you.
If there aren't any other questions, we will continue with the presentation from Ms. Nita Sharma from India, researcher and innovator in cosmeceuticals and nutraceuticals. She will have a presentation related to Ayurveda, the Green Beauty Revolution, Ancient Wisdom for a Sustainable Future.
Welcome everyone. I'm Dr. Nita Sharma Das, and I'm very glad to have you in this platform, and I'm very much excited to share my today's presentation. So please give me a moment to share my screen to present my today's presentation in front of you, and hope you enjoy that. So It means embracing clean beauty, transparency, royalty-free testing, supporting local communities, and of course, kind to the environment, all while we are treating our skin with respect and balance. So it is not just short-lived trend. Actually, the demand for cleaner, safer,
Okay. Sorry for the technical problem. I try to restart the presentation.
products along with lower ether.
Wait a second. Share.
Welcome everyone. I'm Dr. Neeta Sharma Das, and I'm very glad to have you in this platform, and I'm very much excited to share my today's presentation. So please give me a moment to share my screen to present my today's presentation in front of you, and hope you enjoy that. So actually today's talk explore the powerful interaction between the ancient Ayurvedic wisdom with modern green beauty revolution. In today's world, the beauty is evolving beyond just outer appearance to the reflection of values. And Ayurveda is not just giving some remedies, it's actually gives some timeless wisdom. So today we will discuss or explore actually how Ayurveda is helping shape a sustainable, ethical, effective approach to skincare. So let's start. So this is a quick overview of what we will explore today. So that is green beauty philosophy and evolution, and then Ayurveda skin science, dosha-based skin needs, star botanicals, holistic therapies and modern validation, challenges, opportunities, and vision. So green beauty is philosophy. Yes, of course. Green beauty is not just marketing label. It's a philosophy. It's asked us to be conscious about ingredient, sourcing, sustainability, values, then it's pricing as well as the ethics. So it actually means embracing clean beauty, transparency, royalty-free testing, supporting local communities, and of course, kind to the environment, all while we are treating our skin with respect and balance. So it is not just short-lived trend. Actually, the demand for cleaner, safer products along with lower carbon footprint in the environment is demanding, and this is increasing actually. So it actually amazing to see that consumers are now read ingredient lists. They are care about sustainability as well as the Ayurvedic principle that is holistic, natural, is very much relevant to the current world. It offers the path forward in an increasing conscious world. So Ayurveda, if we are considering in one slide, then I must say Ayurveda is a science of life. And in terms of beauty in skin, Ayurveda, actually it is a balance. It is a reflection of internal balance. And skin is the mirror of digestion, then your mood or emotion, as well as the doshas. Actually, every person, according to Ayurveda, has a dominant dosha. It may be Pitta, Vata, or Kapha. So understanding that actually help us to treat the skin accordingly by giving them individualized care instead of one size fit for all. So if we are considering the what is Vata skin, actually you may know about the dry skin. So dry skin are very thin and very much quickly having the tendency to ages. So we have to very much take care of their nourishment. So in this case, grounding oil means sesame oil, almond oil. These are very much helpful, along with some hydrating mask, which may be prepared with honey, avocado, and satavari. And internally, we have to take care of some warm food. Taking some warm food means the root veggies, then ghees and herbal teas, of course, is helpful. And we have to very much concentrate on the consistency of what we are taking care of about the skin, because this kind of skin required consistent care and nourishment. Next is Pitta skin. This kind of skin actually very much sensitive and prone to inflammation, redness, acne, pigmentation. So cooling is the key. So if we are considering the cool ingredient, then aloe vera, then manjishta, then rose water is something which helps externally. And we have to take care some of the internal dietary aspects of also. So yeah, we have to take some water-rich fruits like pomegranate, cucumber, and we have to avoid spicy, heat, and very much acidity kind of food ingredients. And we have to stay calm and cool so that our skin means Pitta kind of skin should get the calm and cool kind of flow in their skin region. Next is Kapha skin. It is very much oily skin. The oily skin has both benefits as well as some demerits. If we are considering the benefits, it's actually ages slowly, but often they have the problem of clogging pores, cystic acne. So we have to exfoliate a regular basis with some natural ingredients like turmeric, basil. We need to take care of steam therapy, as well as we can include some light warm foods and herbal teas in regular days. And we have to be very much careful about taking sugar and dairy products, because these are not good for the Kapha skin. So this is all about the different kind of doshas. Now I'm telling about the star botanicals. Actually, Ayurveda has gifted us an entire apitherapy for potent skin care. Like one of the commonly used herbs in Ayurveda is neem. It has huge benefits like antibacterial, antifungal impact, whereas turmeric, which is a very popular herb for skin care because of their brightening effect and anti-inflammatory property. Ashwagandha actually improves the resilience of the skin, and it helps to deal with the stress because it is a adaptogenic herb. Then Triphala, it helps to detoxify our body from internally and helps in the digestion. And whereas aloe vera is very much commonly used Ayurvedic herbs in the skincare because of its hydrating impact and soothing effect on our skin. So these kind of multiple herbs are not only addresses skin issues, they are also focuses our internal factors like digestion and immunity also. So now we have to take care of green beauty. Green beauty is not all about beauty or skin care. We have to be very much concentrating or conscious about the complete supply chain. We have to respect it. So for that reason, we have to concentrate on the ethical farming and fair wages to the cultivator and zero waste processing. Obviously, sustainability is one of the key, and many organic brands, Ayurvedic brands are now using the biodegradable, refillable packaging, and they are aligned with the beauty with minimalistic design so that they are environmental friendly. They are very much taking care of that aspects also. So here is some modern technology which actually helps to validate the ancient wisdom or tradition with modern world. Tools, advanced tools like ultrasound skin gives the visualize impact of how the skin is working, about the hydration as well as the elasticity of the skin. They are actually giving the prompt result, and this is where the ancient wisdom or Ayurvedic kind of traditional benefits or traditional knowledge is mixed with the modern dermatology. And actually this kind of improvements or advancement in the skincare technologies actually helps Ayurveda to prove their efficacy in front of scientific world and bridging the gap between the tradition and clinical evidence. So holistic therapies beyond creams. Actually, Ayurveda is not about only external cleansing or scrubbing the skin. It also offers the internal detoxification and balancing. So there are different kind of therapies are there. One is Virachana, that is actually detoxification of our body. Next is Udvartana, that is actually exfoliation and improve the circulation of the circulatory system, whereas Potli massage, which is very important for relaxing the muscle as well as the improvement of the lymphatic flows. So these kind of therapies actually focuses on how to improve or restore the flow, not just fixing the flaws. So Ayurveda actually is something like that. It helps to improve the internal balance, and that actually gives the result of skin glow. So here I want to give a quick example. An Ayurvedic company actually replaced synthetic preservative with Triphala extract to improve the safety as well as appeal. And as a result, their carbon footprint is dropped and consumer trust rose. And this shows that if we are trusting the tradition, then it can be profitable as well as planet friendly. So of course, this movement is not challenge free. Ethical sourcing of herbs and other ingredients, then navigating the international laws, then educating the consumers takes effort, and obviously it requires huge work. But good news is that awareness is spreading, consumers or people are seeking this kind of information. Therefore, there is a huge scope, as well as it is a very much important or crucial to collaborate. Packaging and recyclable packaging, refillable packaging are now in a demand. So actually Ayurveda is not static kind of thing. It is adaptable, and they are actually taking care of skin with respect and balance. So what is the take-home message of my today's discussion? If you tell me, then I must say here, green beauty is a lifestyle, not a choice. And Ayurveda provide you the personalized and sustainable care in one, in a same page. Means if you are opting the Ayurveda, then you are actually helping to give a personalized care, as well as it is a planet friendly. And whatever we are choosing in our daily life, it may be skincare products, it may be our wellness trend or wellness practices, we are actually impacting ecosystem as well as the economy. So our choice is very much important. So what we can do, so if we are asking me, then I must say, if you are a consumer, then support natural ingredients and ethical sourcing. Then if you are a professional, then I must say you educate others. And if you are a creator, then I must say build something meaningful, so that green beauty can be morally acceptable for in front of everyone. And green beauty is not just about herbal remedy, it's a harmony, and that is actually starts with our choice. So thank you for your time to listen to me, and your perspectives, your doubts are very valuable for this conversation. So I always welcome your doubts and perspectives and after this session. So thank you once again for your time, attention, and let's commit to beauty that heals, uplifts, and of course that actually reflects the best of both tradition as well as innovation. So you can connect with me through visiting my website, or you just directly mail me after this session. Thank you so much.
Yes, it was a very nice presentation, and I hope you wrote, or you will get also our presentations to get in touch with Dr. Nita Sharma. I believe Nita is not here with us. I didn't see her among the participants, but you'll have her presentation too. Okay, so I am very happy to announce Mrs. Professor Gabriela Vlășceanu. She's an expert in phytotherapy. Gabriela, you can share your screen.
Thank you. I already prepared my presentation. It's okay?
Yes, you can enlarge it.
Okay. I don't know why I can show it, my presentation also.
Your presentation we can see, but you need to enlarge it. So you go to that square above on the right, and then select that view full screen.
Yes, but again, I tell you that I can show my own presentation.
Okay, wait a second.
Let's try again. I stop the share.
Okay.
And I'll
because you are
send
the
again.
host. Yeah.
Share. Okay. Now I share it again.
Yes. Okay. So we see the first slide.
Okay, but I didn't see.
Maybe.
Stefan, maybe please try to put
Okay.
from your
Now,
computer. Yes.
Can you see now? No. Okay.
Just
So
the speakers.
Okay, I'll share it from my computer now.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm
Close
going
it.
out.
Okay, maybe now. Okay, wait a second. Yes, 1 second. We'll do the share screen. And then
please stay with me and try to change my slides. Yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
Can you show the first slide?
Yes, and you can also put the second one. Hello, everybody. Again, I like to announce from the beginning that I intend during my presentation to use some traditional and also modern arguments to go you to the last and finally main goal of my presentation. I like to convince you that we can put together science and nature in the same formula, in the same recipe. Please, Stefan, change. I'm sure that all of us agree this holistic approach regarding the relationships between humans and plants. Why? Because we know that our real interconnectedness from all these life forms, which it means, in fact, all the universe. Stefan? I want to show you 3 kind of arguments to convince you that the plants are in the middle of this presentation and in our research. The first line, red line, let's see, it's this communication of plants with divinity. The second one is deep spiritual experience, which can have it with plant. And also because we are specialists in the health domain, of course, these plants can be, seems like tools for healing. Stefan? For the first approach, communication with divinity, let's remind you that we talk about, next slide, about, for example, horseseed radish, or also about boswellia or myrrh. All of these are symbolic gifts associated with royalty, divine worship, and also are in the category of sacred plant. Next. We can also talk about Viscum album. Next. About Carum carvi or Hyssopus officinalis. Next. And based on the Romanian mythology, please let me in the next slide that also basil represent a very special plant, a sacred plant for us. Why? Because here in Romania we have many magical nights when we use this plant. How? Putting this Ocimum bacillum under the pillow and thinking to the future. Next one, Stefan. The second red line of my presentation is regarding the role of the plants in deep spiritual experience. Next. And in this approach, next. Thank you. Please let me remind you about some natural resources which are using, for example, to prepare a traditional drink among indigenous tribes. Next. About fumigation with psychoactive herbs or also with hallucinogenic mushrooms. About fumigation with holy wood or sage, with Papaver somniferum and Nicotiana tabacum, with Mandragora, with Hyoscyamus or Atropa belladonna. And the third red line of my presentation, plants like tools for healing. As I already told you at the beginning of my presentation, I intend to use some traditional and also modern arguments to argument the second part of my title of this presentation. Next one, which is the question if we can put together science and nature in the same formula, in the same recipe. Next one, please, Stefan. And I'll try to answer to this question, inviting you in a short virtual travel in the herbs country, please. I like to tell us that I'm in love since 2 years ago about this cannabis plant, and because also the Romanian Society of Apitherapy is involved as organizer of this nice event. I like in the next few slides, like case study, to talk about bees and cannabis. Why? Because for me, these two are both of them are two guardians in natural harmony. Why? Because bees are keystone species, and also cannabis may be a key plant for our endocannabinoid system. The first of these heals the earth, and the second one heals humanity. Unfortunately, both are under threat. I like to underline some results from the special literature regarding the recent research. I can tell you that bees are increasingly visiting hemp fields during times of flower scarcity. Also, cultivating cannabis can help restore bees populations. Also, hemp avoids the pesticide and herbicide common in other crops, making it a safer habitat for pollinators. And in the last years, in fact, discovered only at the end of the 20th century, the endocannabinoid system, which regulated pain, mood, inflammation, and neuroprotection, it's more and more research. However, most of us are deficient in key cannabinoids due to processed foods, and also because the burnout and chronic stress. You know, all the time nature has anyway know what we are only beginning to, let's see, rediscover. We know very well that bees regulate biodiversity, and also that cannabis regulate the body. So together we can say that they regulate life. And because before my presentation, Stefan asked to be more shortly because it's not a sufficient time. I like to try to go to the final of my presentation with this kind of conclusion. When we fight for cannabis reform or promote bee conservation, in fact, we talk about a symbiotic alliance that can restore balance from planetary health and also for human well-being. Like background for my presentation, I use a lot of scientific references. And the last question, please. Slide, please, Stefan. It's your choice, in fact, if for the next future, you choose the traditional one, the technical solution, all put together these two kind of approaches in the world of bees and plants. Thank you very much. I'm finished. Stefan, are you great? Because we are again in time.
Yes, excellent presentation. And one question, Gabriela, can we combine cannabis products in honey? Do you know any producers who are
Yes, I'm pharmacist, and in the last 2-3 years, I have a collaboration with Romanian producers of this kind of plant, and also people with which are working with bee products. Are on the Romanian market and also for export available a lot of products like functional food and also dietary supplements which are available. I was involved to notify to our Romanian authorities this kind of products. This complex combination between the bee hive products and also plants.
Okay. Any other questions from our colleagues to Gabriela?
And I'm also start to prepare my presentation for next year in May to Sibiu. Say hello again for my dear colleagues from Sibiu, from Brukenthal Museum, and to my colleague pharmacist Rosenberg. Keep in touch and see you soon.
Very good. Thank you very much, Gabriela. Now I am happy and honored to invite our next speaker, Dr. Amjad Bashir from Pakistan. So please open your microphone. Okay, but let me put you first as co-host. Amjad Bashir. Okay, where are you here?
Dr. Amjad Ghazi University, Pakistan will be labeled online.
Okay, wait a second. I put you co-host. Yes. And shall I upload the presentation you sent me, the last one?
Can I share my own screen?
Yes, it will be better. So try to, I put you co-host so you can share the screen. Yes, activate first the PowerPoint, open it, or the PDF, and then you can share. Okay. So
I am unable to share my screen. So kindly share, please.
Okay. So I lose the PowerPoint you sent me last time. So I share it. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So just tell me next when you want to go to the next slides.
Yes. Thank you very much, International Foundation for Apitherapy, as I am quite new member from Pakistan, and I think I am the first member from Pakistan. I am actually an entomologist, work on insect pollination and pollinator specialist. From 2012, I am teaching here in my university and working on different aspects of the pollinators. First, I want to introduce the perspective and potential of apitherapy and medicinal plants here in Pakistan. Pakistan is a very diverse country having 4 different seasons, and basically it's an agricultural country. The Ghazi University, which is our university in which I am serving, and I have prepared few products from the honeybee products like bee guard, which is a cream lotion for mosquito repellent, having properties including with the different plant oils, and it is under the registration process. Here there is a drug regulatory authority in Pakistan which is quite strict, and we are facing difficulties as it is quite new here in Pakistan. In Pakistan, there is an other institute, NIBG, Nuclear Institute for Biology and Genetics and Engineering, which is located here in Faisalabad. They are also working on the antibacterial, antioxidant activities of the local honey, which is here. And I want to mention here, there is a huge potential of honey and honeybees here in Pakistan. Pakistan Agriculture Research Council and Natural Agriculture Research Council, which are located in Islamabad, which is our capital and one of the beautiful capital of the world. They are also working on the apiculture and pollination. But specifically in the apitherapy, there is no specific institute and no one is working on that. And regarding from few of the pharmacists, they are also working in their own capacity, but no product still has been registered in Pakistan. And I am the pioneer member. We are going to got an got approval for the clinical trial of the bee bread, which is artificially prepared in my own lab, and one of my our students' thesis work, and now it is under trial on the human being. Next, please. Pakistan, as I mentioned here, that an agriculture area, and in which we have 6,000 different plant species, more than 1,000 species are medicinal in nature. Here we have the Himalayan and Hindu Kush areas, which are hilly mountainous area, which are quite rich according to medicinal plants. Desert, they are all have a Withania and other Rhiza, Sticta, which are the naturally growing weeds, and they are in abundant. Similarly, one of our province which cover the 55% area of our country, which is also barren land and arid zone. Here there is a huge diversity of the medicinal plants. Some of our botany department, and with the help of the agriculture students, we also carried out some studies there. But these are the preliminary level studies. Here, there is a huge potential of herbal medicine, and people are using without any registration. And when any person with unpublished data, when the person dies, these products will also die. That's why we are doing work to make it on scientific basis and publish it on different nature. In this time, we are from my lab, there are 4 patents under different process of approval in US Patent House. Sir, next. Next, please. Potential of the hair, we are honey. According to different holy books, it has a great potential, and all you are well aware with its medicinal values, sound wounding and healing effect. For this purpose, it is used in Pakistan. But other than this, there is no still practical example from here. I tried my best to use it for the skin therapy, diabetic. The Pollen Pro name product, which is an artificial bee brand, we are using for the diabetes patient who have type 2 diabetes. And their inclusion criteria is that the person who have his or her HbA1c test range from 6.4 to 9, and they are included for this test, and we give them 5-gram pollen bread, bee bread, for the treatment of diabetes, and still we are getting few excellent results, but still they are unpublished. And as we complete our clinical trial, then it will be inshallah published soon from the Pakistan. We need here there is a huge need of the medical industry and some other partners and works there, because Pakistan is rich with the natural resources, but we have need different technology. We are lacking technology. We are lacking different research institutes, and some are other different problems. That's why we are so behind as the world is approaching. Next, please, sir. Please, next. I already mentioned. Synergy between herbal and apitherapy. Herbal and bee-derived products share natural healing mechanism. Few of them we have already tested here, combining antioxidant, enzyme, and bioactive produced, which are to support the immune and as a food supplement and skin care and other chronic diseases. But these are all products are using here in an unregistered and unpublished form. The native people are the villager living here in hilly mountainous area. They are using with their own composition, own formulas, without any scientific evidence. Here in Pakistan, we are going to try to get a survey, and now we are putting their innovations related with the science and with the scientific evidence, with the trials. We are going to do our best to do this, that this knowledge remain alive even the death of the those native and old peoples who are tribe peoples. Next, please. In Pakistan, different culture and different disease, Chinese derived medicine, Unani, Tib, and other folk medicine tradition, which are derived from the villager and other living people, and they are also using the honey and honeybee products for different purposes like propolis, honey, bee bread, apranil, and other different products are being used, but they are not on the scientific and commercial purpose. In Pakistan, there will be no such a single product is registered here in Pakistan. Next, please. Modern point of view, bee venom, with all of you are well aware about its efficacy. We are also trying here in Pakistan for the cancer treatment, and I also designed a bee venom collection trap, which is just like a frame, which is, because I am entomologist, That's why my focus is toward collection and enhancement of the different bee products. And being an agriculturist, I also tried my best to introduce the diversity of medicinal plants. That's why we have designed a Bivinium trap, which is used inside the hive, and it is powered by solar energy, because the apiculturist who lives in the rural areas and villages, they don't have electricity facility in the field. That's why we have designed their Bivinium trap, and which is Bivinium and are upside the big combination of different other organisms which are present in the air, especially of the dust. Similarly, the plant diversity which is used here in Pakistan, neem, antiseptic, antifungal, similarly bitter apple, tulsi, ervela, and other different products which are used for medicinal point of views, and people are locally using, but even from few products from the plants, they are even available in the Pakistan. But the combination of plants and honey products, are honey derived products, are not still registered in Pakistan. Next, please, sir. Here, bee products combination with the honey, we are trying, and we are in the experiments, and some of the pharmacists are also working here. As it was my introductory lecture, introductory, and I am quite new member of this, and I requested the organizer of the conference, please include us, because we have the data, we have the plans, we are doing, and as we are quite new baby kids like in Apitherapy, that's why our work are still on papers and in the labs, but not practically. Here we are not allowed according to different rules and regulation. And I am with touch with our president, and we have an excellent example of Iran, which is our neighbor country and brother country. We are trying to get their approval, and also from the platform of our Higher Education Commission, to recognize it and get approval for different things. Next, please, sir. As I told you earlier, we are on the clinical pathway now, and we are clinical trials. We got approval from the ethical boards of the different universities and different medical colleges, with the help of medical doctors, MBBS doctors, and specialists. At this time, we are getting honey as a wound treatment in the burning centers of Pakistan. Our trials are under study. Similarly, artificial bee bread is also, and we are succeed to get these two products as a medicine for the patient who have burns and wounds, and secondly, the patient who have diabetes and hypertension. For their treatment, we got Pollen Pro, named Pollen Pro, which is trade name, and it is artificially prepared bee bread, which have antimicrobial and different properties. Next, please, sir. Next, please. Next, please, sir. Here I put it some religious or cultural endorsement, economic and impact We are religious and cultural endorsement for this. We have searched out the result literature from different holy books, Quran, Bible, Gita, and of different to motivate the community, to motivate the people, because the religious and cultural evidences are counted here in the subcontinent quite a lot. The fellow who delivered a lecture before from India will also endorse my this opinion. It is quite safer to convince the people that our holy books of all sense sports. When in these sports, we have to think out about the cycle of allopathy and homeopathy and consider it as honeybee derived product and plant derived products which are medicines to control, to suggest an organic and which are biological, and also they have very few chances of the resistant development as compared to allopathic homeopathy. To convince them, we have included, we've taken sports from the religious and cultural endorsement also. Next, please. Next, please. Sir, next, please. Economically, they are also good for here, because in our country, economics is one of the major issue of the country, and people are living below the poverty level are quite huge, and unluckily they are increasing year by year. That's why we have to take an advantage of this thing, and for the also economically beneficial, and also have health effects. Next, please, sir. Future, we are going to different development of the different products, and we actually need strong collaboration with your organization and experts from the different countries to collaborate with us. We have a potential, we can work, we have the ability to move, but we need your sports for training us, for collaborate with us in different projects. We can help you to provide the data. We can provide different plant diversity, which we have here, and we have different honeybee products and their testing. And the country which have that where there is well known about this, because Pakistan is one of the country where there is literacy rate is also very low, and Pakistan is underdeveloping country. That's why we have to face different problems. For this, I request President and all of the members, all of the participants, for the we need strong collaboration, guidance, and training from your side. Next, please, sir. Next, please. This is defined already. Next, please, sir. Next, please.
Yes, it's we have on the screen the last slide. Yeah.
Yes, it's a large screen. I acknowledge to the Ghazi University. They are supporting, and our collaborator from the Apitherapy and herbal research from different countries like Saudi Arabia Uruguay, China, and other. Here are few references, and it is last slide. The forum is now open for question from if anybody have question. And again, at the last, I also thankful for the organizers who give us spot and an opportunity to introduce Pakistan and Ghazi University at this prestigious conference. And thank you very much, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Amjad. One short suggestion, as you are already member in our International Federation of Apitherapy, it will be very good if you can succeed to make in Pakistan your Pakistani Phytotherapy Association. So maybe you can build it. So Apitherapy and Phytotherapy together. And then you can join all our international communities again. And please do not forget, we have another big conference next year in Romania in May, and you will be invited to come to Romania to give your experience on everything you know from Pakistan. Okay, so
I will
yes,
be happy, inshallah.
Yes,
I tried my best to join there and meeting with you people and get a lot of support from you people regarding training and etc. and discussion on different aspects of the apitherapy.
Yes.
I will be, inshallah, available.
Thank you very much. Okay, any questions from our colleagues? Any other questions? Okay. Okay, so give me 1-2 minutes. I will download the presentation of Dr. Moraru, the next speaker we have today. So they just sent me a video. Okay, so, okay. Oh yeah, it's a video, it takes some time. So, okay. Meanwhile, if you have any other comments from the group, we see many people here in the group. Okay, so we have 30 participants. Any proposals? Andrea, what do you have as next project in Canada? You can activate your microphone.
Hi, everyone. Wow, Dr. Stângaciu, you do have a way to put people on the spot. I'm just for everybody to know, my name is Andrea Petruț. I live in Canada, in Toronto. Me and my husband have gone to Romania this year at the conference and an Apitherapy conference. And also we had the intensive course with Dr. Stângaciu. Dr. Stângaciu, to answer your question, well, right now I'm happily graduated nutritionist.
Wow.
And Gabriel and I we need to wind down a bit and then prepare 2 different businesses. One of them focused on educating people about apitherapy products, and mainly from spring next year to travel in different parts of Ontario and in different communities to, as you suggested, for people to taste different kinds of types of honeys, and also know about all the products of the hive, which in Canada, I mean, we have here the Dr. Bridget. I just discovered she works she's teaching in Alberta, so it's amazing. Yeah, we need to know more people, and we're learning, him and I, about the people in Canada, and we hope to educate more and more people here. So thank you.
Very good, very good. Any other comments? Okay, so let me check if the presentation, yes, we have now the presentation of Dr. Moraru. It's already active. So let me do the share screen with him. Okay, so I will mute you all, so to not have the problem with the sound. Okay, and now let's do the share screen. Okay.
Doamnelor și domnilor, simt onorat să particip la acest congres de etnofarmacologie. Sunt doctorul Ionuț Măraru, sunt doctor în medicină, membru al Academiei Medicale din Chișinău și practicant al medicinii integrative de foarte mulți ani. Sunt proprietarul și CEO grupului Medica, care a promovat brandul Pro Natura de suplimente nutriționale și produse dermatocosmetice. În decursul activității mele, a zeci de ani de practicare a medicinei și de crearea de remedii naturale, am folosit tradițiile cărora am căutat să le dau și o fundamentare științifică. Mă refer la tradițiile medicale, cărora am căutat să le dau și o fundamentare științifică. Astfel, din România, am aflat de o practică din zona deltei Dunării, și anume utilizarea mugurilor de stuf în hepatitele alcoolice, dar și în infecții virale. Am folosit acei muguri de stuf într-o cercetare efectuată la ICCF și s-a dovedit pe iepuri activitatea hepatoprotectoare și imunostimulatoare. Tot în Delta Dunăre exista și practica utilizării Artemisei annua în infecțiile virale și am folosit cu succes această plantă în diverse combinații în momentul apariției COVID-19. O altă practică veche este cea a utilizării larvelor de trântor, folosite ca hrană și în Africa, Australia, Asia, dar la noi am avut un cercetător care a ridicat la alt nivel aceste larve de trântor numite apilarnil. Mi-am făcut lucrarea de doctorat cu modificările organice create de administrarea de apilarnil și astfel am descoperit o mare valoare legată de factorii nutriționali, factorii de creștere. La Spitalul Municipal am pus în evidență precursorii hormonali și utilizarea la bărbați în disfuncții sexuale, la femei matoze chistice, în fibroame, iar la Institutul de Medicină Sportivă modulin și THP, s-a observat că acestea nu sunt modificate ca urmare a efortului fizic. Dimpotrivă, sportivii deveneau tot mai capabili de a efectua efort fizic. Tot în tradiția românească, ciupercile medicinale care există pe teritoriul nostru, cum ar fi ceaga, ganoderma, coada curcanului, au fost folosite pentru imunitate, pentru creșterea imunității în afecțiuni hepatorenale, dar mai ales pentru longevitate, folosite de pusnicii noștri. Un lucru similar cu ceea ce practicau și yoginii în zona asiatică. Și la ora actuală am găsit, pe lângă existența ergotioneinei, vitamina longevității, dar și crearea prin fermentare de spermidină și metaboliți foarte activi ai spermidinei, fapt dovedit la Universitatea din Salerno, Italia. Suntem primii care am creat oțeturile de kombucha. Oțeturile balsamice erau plătite în aur și erau considerate adevărate medicamente. În medicina tradițională chineză, ele fluidifică qi-ul și sângele, extrem de important în patologiile actuale. De asemenea, s-a dovedit la momentul actual, se știe, datorită studiilor clinice, că au efecte antivirale, antibacteriene, antiparazitare, alcalinizează corpul, combat ficatul gras, scad colesterolul, trigliceridele, glicemia, reduc greutatea și multe alte beneficii, cum ar mai fi de pildă oprirea sângerărilor, combaterea hematoamelor, etc. Și am demonstrat că crearea de către acetobacter a nanocelulozei microbiene, studiul s-a efectuat la Icechim, are o mare valoare, deoarece această nanoceluloză este perfect compatibilă cu organismul uman și are funcții precum cea de carrier al principiilor active, cea de prebiotic pentru microorganismele benefice și de distrugere a patogenilor și faptul că poate fi deplasată către o anumită zonă prin câmpuri electromagnetice sau prin căldură, ducând principiile active pe acele organe. Un alt element de care aș vrea să vă vorbesc este tradiția legată de afirmația lui Hipocrate: utilizați hrana ca medicament. Și faptul că la ora actuală, datorită multiplelor factori, în principal chimici, medicamente, cosmetice, conservanți, îndulcitori, etc., dar și a câmpurilor electromagnetice și a emoțiilor, microbiomul intestinal se modifică. OMS a atras atenția că pierdem foarte mult din această bogăție de microorganisme prin mâncarea pe care o facem și factorii externi la care suntem supuși, și dădea ca o predicție faptul că cei din țările civilizate vor trăi mai puțin decât populațiile asiatice sau africane. Produsele fermentate sunt sub formă de suplimenți și dermatocosmetice, pentru că există un microbiom și al pielii. Cred că suntem printre primii pe care le-am realizat ca suplimente nutriționale și ca dermatocosmetice produse tribiotice, ce conțin pre, pro și postbiotice. În medicina tradițională chineză, acum mii de ani, se spunea că doctorul trebuie plătit atâta timp cât asigură starea de sănătate a unei comunități. În momentul în care cineva se îmbolnăvea, era obligat să-l trateze gratuit. Aceasta datorită posibilității de a măsura energia vitală qi și modificările ei pe diverse meridiane prin examenul limbii, prin examenul, dar în special al pulsului, creând astfel cel mai perfect sistem de asigurări de sănătate. La ora actuală s-a preluat ideea de a verifica flora intestinală din examenul materiilor fecale și de a compensa deficitele prin administrarea de prebiotice sau probiotice. Deci iată un pas înainte către o medicină de prevenție. Există tratamente energetice, precum acupunctura, tai chi-ul, shiatsu, karma healing, biorezonanța, care pot realiza modificarea chi-ului în sens benefic și preveni apariția bolilor sau chiar a face tratamente. Și la noi în țară s-a vorbit despre apă vie, apă moartă, hrană vie, hrană moartă și de aceea, inclusiv pentru materia primă care va fi prezentată în lucrarea noastră, și anume polenul poliflor fermentat în culturi SCOBY, sau pe scurt Amrita, hrana zeilor, am realizat la Institutul de Medicină Integrativă Florin Brătilă din București, cu ajutorul fotografiilor Kirlian și a spectrofotometriei, dar și a biorezonanței, această determinare energetică nu doar formule chimice a unei materii prime, și rezultatele au fost impresionante. De asemenea, tot tradiția ne spune că avem obligația să ne educăm discipolii și să-i promovăm, și ca atare vă las în prezența colegei mele mult mai tinere, dr. Ana Maria, care va prezenta lucrarea noastră. Vă mulțumesc, la revedere!
Ok. Da, doamna doctor Ana Maria Iordache, aveți posibilitatea să deschideți microfonul. Așa, să-l deschideți. Așa, da.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Can you share the screen, your screen?
I don't know how, if you can help me.
You first open your file.
Yes.
Have it on your desktop, open. Oh, and sorry, I didn't put you as co-host. Wait a second. Now you are co-host. Now you can do it. Sorry, it was my technical mistake. I'm emotional. So many nice people here.
But I don't find it anymore. I have it open.
Yeah, so it must be somewhere on your computer. If not, I can open it. I have your PDF. You found it?
No, I didn't find it. Can you help me, please?
Yes. Okay, so I'll open it here from my laptop, and then you just say next.
Thank you very much.
Okay, wait a second. Okay, full screen mode. Okay, and then let's go a bit here. Let me see if I can open it. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you. The rediscovery of the importance of ethnopharmacology, validated by modern scientific study, Amrita, polyfloral pollen fermented in SCOBY, represents a raw material of particular significance in the trebiotic, nutraceutical and dermatocosmetic industry. The next one. Thank you. The rediscovery of traditions allows for addressing the root causes of diseases and personalizing treatment through the use of tribiotic products. Throughout history, hive products, honey, wax, drone broth, royal jelly, propolis, bee venom, pollen, and bee bread have been considered natural gifts. Pollen, the bee's protein source, have been used for thousands of years as a food of strength and balance. In Romanian folk tradition, it was called the remedy of power, or the beehive steak, recommended for the weak, the sick, and for boosting vitality. In ancient Egypt, pollen and honey were offering for the gods, food for soldiers, and pyramid builders. In ancient Greece, Hippocrates recommended for the weakness of the body and mind, and Olympic athletes use it for endurance. In China and India, it was a tonic for energy, fertility, and longevity. And in medieval Europe, monks considered it nourishment for the mind, useful during fasting and convalescence. The art of fermentation has its origins at the very beginning of human civilization, being more than just a preservation method. Fermentation played an essential role in the development of civilization. From the ritual beverages of Mesopotamia and Egypt to fermented soya, which were served both as essential food as healing remedies, to European products like fermented bread, wine, cheese, yogurt, kefir, ayran, borscht, pickles, and vinegar, all known for their digestive and nutritional benefits. This art has nurtured and healed humanity equally. Unfortunately, with the advent of refrigeration, modern civilization abandoned this traditional preservation method, which has become a major factor in the significant deterioration of microbiota quality in the development world compared to less developed countries, an aspect confirmed for decades by World Health Organization reports. The next one, thank you. Paracelsus intuited that the fermentation of mistletoe was the key process through which nature relieves its therapeutic power, an idea confirmed today by medicine such as Iscador, a preparation made from fermented mistletoe used as a cancer therapy. Long before humans mastered the art of fermentation, bees already practicing through a complex process of lactic acid fermentation of pollen, transforming raw, hard to assimilate pollen into a bee bread, a staple superfood rich in protein, essential amino acid, organic acid, fatty acid, vitamins, minerals, enzyme, polyphenols, and flavonoids. It is further enriched with beneficial lactic acid bacteria like Lactobacillus cancaei, Plantarium brevis, and others. Thus, bees process pollen through natural biotechnology long before humans made their first fermented drink or produced the first miso. They can therefore be considered the true pioneers of fermentation, demonstrating that this art is a fundamental principle of nature with which humans have merely rediscovered and adapted. The next one, please. Thank you. Building upon the wisdom of nature, the Pro Natura team brought to life the ingredient Amrita, which in Sanskrit means food of the god, obtained from polyphoral pollen fermented in SCOBY. This reintroduced in modern life a lesson lost in time, one that our ancestors knew by instinct that true food can heal, sustain, and revitalize with the power that functional medicine is only now beginning to confirm. In 2018, at the initiative of Dr. Ionuț Moraru and in collaboration with Ice Kim, the study that formed the basis of Amrita patent was published, demonstrating that the fermented bee collected pollen of kombucha consortium transformed this product into a functional food with added value. The fermentation process, The fermentation process causes the degradation of pollen cell walls, which increase the bioavailability and quantity of polyphenol by 4, flavonoids by 2, organic acid, short-chain fatty acid. It also leads to the emergence of soluble silicon, known also orthosilicic acid, and spermidine, rare sugar, bacterial nanocellulose, which increase adhesion to the intestinal mucosa, acting as an effective carrier for the active principle, exosome bacteriophage, while simultaneously improve the microbiological profile through the development of lactic acid bacteria. The vinegar resulting from fermentation hydrolyzes phytic acid present in plants, allowing for better nutrition absorption. The results highlighted an increased antioxidant activity compared to pollen or bee bread, a significant prebiotic potential with a massive increase of lactobacillus, and the anti-tumoral effect on colorectal cell cancer cells CaCO2. This confers the product applicability both in nutrition and in the prevention of diseases associated with oxidative and inflammatory stress, as well as an adjuvant support in oncology. The research didn't stop here. In vitro evaluation carried out at the ENCD Victor Babeș on the Amrita bioproduct demonstrated significant antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-proliferative activity on hepatocellular cell line, HepG2 and CK-HEP1, suggesting a promising therapeutic potential in oncology. Research at this institute also noted a lack of toxicity and mutagenic effects. Also, within this study established an optimal combination of 25 cold kefir, which is colostrum fermented in kefir enriched with Candida lipolytica, and 75% Amrita, which demonstrated the most pronounced antiproliferative effect on CK-HEP1 and HepG2 hepatic tumor cells lines without affecting normal cells. The next one. Recent study conducted on Amrita in 2025 at the Università degli Studi di Salerno, Italy, using one of the most advanced analytic methods currently available, deliver a complex nutritional profile rich in polyphenols, flavonoids, spermidine and its metabolites, hydroxysilicic acid, probiotics, microbial nanocellulose, rare sugars, organic acid, short-chain fatty acids, and other bioactive compounds. Study on intestinal epithelial cell culture, IEC6, demonstrated an absence of cellular toxicity, a massive reduction of free radicals with a pronounced antioxidant effect, anti-inflammatory mechanisms through the regulation of COX-2 expression. Amrita also proved effective in reducing intense inflammation triggered by combination of lipopolysaccharide and interferon gamma in intestinal epithelial cells. Next, please. For an overall perspective, the table below summarizes the main group of compounds identified in Amrita and their protective effects on the digestive system. The compounds listed in the table exert protective gastrointestinal effects through several convergent mechanisms, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. Most compounds reduce oxidative stress, neutralize free radical, and inhibits inflammatory process in the digestive mucosa. This action prevents lipid peroxidation, protect cell membranes, and reduce the risk of oxygenation damage to the gastrointestinal epithelium. Also, protection of the gastric and intestinal mucosa through stimulating of mucus secretion and endogenous protective factors is highlighted. It increases the resistance of the gastric epithelium to the aggression of action of hydrochloric acid and the digestive enzymes. The risk of ulcer occurs is reduced by enhancing the mucosa barrier and accelerating the healing of lesions. Some substances like caffeine, theobromine, flavones modulate the secretion of gastric acid and digestive enzymes. Thus, a balance is maintained between aggressive mechanism and defensive mechanism. Effect on motility and microcirculation. Certain compounds influence the intestinal motility and improve local blood flow, promoting oxygenation and nutrition on the mucosa. These mechanisms contribute to the faster regeneration and healing of lesions. Anti-carcinogenic effects. Several classes, especially flavonoids, polyamine, and phenolic acid, inhibits precancer process by suppressing uncontrolled cell proliferation, inducing apoptosis in abnormal cells, modulating detoxifying enzymes. Also, restores the balance of the gut microbiota. It is essential to mention that these mechanisms are not merely local. The intestine begins the starting point of numerous chronic conditions: metabolic, cardiovascular, neurologic, oncological. Thus, the digestive system becomes a core of balance of regeneration for the entire organism, reaffirming Hippocrates' vision. All the diseases begin in the gut. Recent new directions in medicine have emerged, focusing on the regulation of microRNA, the use of bioactive peptides, and the modulation of the intestinal microbiota, all of which are closely linked to nutrition and nutrigenomics. The next one, please. Thank you. An essential aspect is represented by spermidine and its polyphenolic metabolites, which constitute a central pillar of the digestive protection action. The polyamide compound stimulates autophagy and epithelial regeneration process, while the phenolic residue of picumaric acid add an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antitumoral effects. Due to their stability, this conjugate can act locally in the intestine, protecting the mucosa and supporting the integrity of the epithelial barrier before systemic absorption. Furthermore, they function as slow-release reservoir of spermidine, providing constant support for health, resilience, and of the gastrointestinal tract. The conclusion drawn for the table is that while simple spermidine has clear beneficial effects on the digestive epithelial tissue, its metabolites represent a superior bioactive form with a more durable and efficient impact on the integrity, protection, and functionality of the digestive mucosa epithelium than simple spermidine. Based on its unique and rich composition, Professor Dr. Ladislav Rosenberg stated about Amrita, it is probably the perfect food as it holds all the essential bioactive principles of life. Building upon Amrita's bioactive composition, the follow outline its potential systemic benefits on the body's main organ and systems, which require validation through further clinical studies. Systemic benefits of Amrita: balance immune response and reduce the risk of infection, allergy, and autoimmunity. Contributes to cardiovascular homeostasis, reducing the risk of atherosclerosis, hypertension, and heart failure. The next one. The next one, please. Demonstrates neuroprotective regenerative effects and enhance cognitive function. Help improve insulin sensitivity, protect the pancreas, reduce inflammation, restore gut microbiota balance, stimulate GLP-1 and PYY secretion, regulate metabolism, and naturally supports weight management, optimize mitochondrial function. The next one. Support kidney health by protecting renal tubes, reducing oxidative stress and fibrosis, improving microcirculation, preventing stone formation, and promoting toxin removal and renal regeneration. Slows cellular degradation process, activates, maintains, and repair mechanism, addressing both the cause and effect of biological aging. It represents a complex and synergic approach to cancer chemoprevention, acting both directly on tumor cells and indirectly by modeling the metabolic and immune environment. Supports skin rejuvenation, stimulates the restoration of the epithelial structure, and accelerates the natural healing process of lesions. Act on multiple levels to enhance detoxification. It activates liver defense, reducing oxidative stress, stimulates autophagy, protects mitochondria, and promotes renal elimination of toxin. The next one. Amrita, it's an innovative ingredient whose versatility allows for its ingredient into a wide spectrum of prebiotic products, food supplements like capsule, stick, or gummies, and dermatocosmetic. Its versatility is optimized through strategic alliance with medicinal plants and mushroom, subject to the same SCABI fermentation process. This symbiosis of ingredients is brought together in the prebiotics range, offering a holistic approach through triple prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic actions. Amrita benefits are currently based on scientific research in vitro, traditional knowledge, and user testimonials, but its future lies in clinical confirmation. We will continue our research in collaboration with our partners, but we invite you also to contribute to this innovative process. Thank you very much for your time. If you have a question or need some clarification, you can send us an email. Or you have the email on the last page, and we respond to you as quickly as we can.
Thank you very much, Anna Maria, for your presentation. It was very good, and I'm really happy because Amrita, it's a combination of the products and many other good things. So this is a good idea because it follows the principle of synergy. Okay, very good. Any questions to Anna Maria? Okay. Okay, so no question. We'll have at the end of the day also a round table, so we can come there also with some of your questions. Okay, do we have from Congo, Dr. Atakuru? Yes, Pauline, Dr. Pauline. So if you can activate your camera, yes, and I'll make you also co-host. Dr. Atakuru. Yes, yes. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello. We are happy to see you.
Okay. So I sent previously my video. It will be better to watch it.
So I will present it. Wait a second. Okay, wait a second. We'll do the share screen. I hope it will work, the share screen. Okay, wait a second. It's here. Yes.
Distinguished participant, it's a pleasure to be here today at this international conference on traditional natural therapies into ethnomedicine. My presentation focuses on spaces that reflect the bridge between traditional wisdom and modern nutraceutical science. Dialum corbiceum is used in Democratic Republic of Congo as nutraceutical food, and the plant has long been valued for its healing properties, but the phytochemical composition and biological mechanisms have remained largely unexplored. In our recent study, we investigated the seeds of Dialum corbiceum and identified bioactive compounds with remarkable cytotoxicity activity against leukemia cells. Our finding opened a new perspective for the development of nutraceuticals derivated from Dialum corbiceae. Thank you. Let's following now our presentation. Content. We will talk about an introduction, Dialum corbiceae species, the aim of our investigation, some methods of research. We'll talk also about the phenolic compound found, and also the bioactive compounds found, about cytotoxicity against leukemia cells, and some biochemical tests we did. We talk also about the mechanism of action of one compound called N-arachidoyl 5-hydroxytryptamine. And we will watch our scientific publication and we will conclude our presentation. Nutraceutical products can be considered non-specific biological therapies used to promote general well-being, control symptoms, and prevent malignant processes. The term nutraceutical combines the two words of nutrients, which is a nourishing food component, and pharmaceutical, which is a medical drug. The name was coined in 1989 by Stefan de Felice, founder and chairman of the Foundation for Innovation in Medicine, which is an American organization located in Cranford in New Jersey. The global importance of nutraceuticals is related to health promotion and disease prevention. Nutraceuticals are playing a key role in reducing the risk of chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disorder, diabetes, neurodegenerative conditions, and certain cancer. We will give some evidence we got during our investigation. Also, the importance of nutraceuticals is related to scientific validation and evidence-based nutrition. While many plants are traditionally used in medicine and diets, scientific research is crucial to validate their bioactive compounds, mechanisms of action, and safe consumption level. Now we will talk about Dialum corbiceae species. Here we can see the tree, the seeds we used for our investigation, and the seeds also is used as nutraceutical food, as I said previously. The genus is belonging to the family of Fabaceae, primarily distributed in the tropical region. In Africa is the Guinean-Congolese region, as you can watch in this map. The species corbiceae is found also in the rainforest of Democratic Republic of Congo. The seed heads, you can see, are covered by the brown endocarps, and they are ellipsoidal and spherical also. So the seeds of this plant are used firstly as nutraceutical food, as I said previously, also in traditional medicine for treating various disorders such as diabetes, malaria, typhoid fever, and chronic condition. This is the aim of our investigation, of research. The lack of phytochemical data on this species have motivated this study to investigate the potential bioactive compound contained in the Aromatherapy and their biological effects in order to establish a connection between traditional knowledge and scientific evidence. Here we can see this figure we used for our publication. Here we can see the Aromatherapy seeds, the enol alkaloid structure, and the biological effect we found during our study, cytotoxicity and G1 phase cell cycle arrest on leukemia cells. As methods of research, we isolate bioactive compound through colon chromatography. We use the mass spectral machine. We use also the nuclear magnetic resonance machine. We made some phytochemical analysis like total phenolic contents, and we made also the biological assay of bioactive compound, which were conducted through cytotoxicity, cell cycle analysis, and calcium signaling inhibitory. Here we have a phenolic compound found in the Aromatherapy. We have a total phenolic content with the value here, and we have in the right side of our table the nutritional health effect. Here we want to make a bridge from ethnopharmacological knowledge with a modern molecular in case of hyperglycemia and diabetes. For example, for total phenolic, influence the blood glucose and insulin regulation in our body. We have also the chlorogenic acid, which include the improvement of glucose metabolism in our body. And finally, we have here caffeic acid, which provides protection against type 2 of diabetes. Now, our traditional knowledge was justified with this compound, phenolic compound, in the treatment of diabetes or hyperglycemia from the Aromatherapy. Here we have a bioactive compound found in the Aromatherapy seeds. We discovered many compounds, but we will talk about 7 compounds during this presentation. We have compound 1, 5-S-methoxy aquamylene. We have compound 2, which is just different with this radical, E16-formyl-5-alpha methoxystrictamine. We have compound 3, picaridine. We have pseudoaquamycin, compound 4. We have compound 5, is aquamycin. And we can say about aquamycin is showed a significantly glucose uptake activity within 24 hours. This compound is very important. It's very important for the regulation of glucose in our blood. And we have a compound 6 is NH-5-hydroxytryptamine, and compound 7 N-benoyl-5-hydroxytryptamine. Both these compounds have analgesic property. Is known to be to possess analgesic property, but in our study we discovered that those compounds possess also cytotoxicity activity. Here we have our novelty. This figure displayed the carbon NMR spectrum of our compound. The spectroscopic data was reported for the first time in our scientific publication, and it was our novelty in chemistry, organic chemistry, natural product chemistry. It was our novelty. Here we have a table with cytotoxicity activities of 7 compounds against cancer cells, especially leukemia. And in left side we have a compound used with positive control. In right side we have the value of half maximum inventory concentration, means the concentration required to kill or to inhibit the growth of 50% of cancer cells. And we got good result with compound 2, compound 4, compound 6, and compound 7. Compound 2 and compound 4 gave a potent cytotoxicity activity and offer therapeutic potential, and they can be used in combination with other anti-cancer compounds against leukemia. And about compound 6 and compound 7 gave a potent cytotoxicity activity, a promising candidate for drug development. And this is also a novelty in our research. Here we have the induction of G1 phase cell cycle arrest. We have data here in control stage and after applying compound 6. As we can see here, this is the cancer cell, and after applying compound 6. This figure we can summarize like this. When the cell cycle is progressing in S stage, they replicate every DNA material for continuing the process. And with our compound 6, we noted the G1 phase cell cycle arrest, and means they stop, the compound stop the progression of cancer cells in the next stage. One part of our results were published in 2023 to Oxford Academic Journal, The Health, Bioscience, Biotechnology, Biochemistry, and it was forwarded also to PubMed. The title was cytotoxicity, and induction of G1 phase cell cycle arrest in human acute leukemia. Cells by indole alkaloid isolated from Dialon-Corbichelli seeds. In conclusion, this study provides the first integrated phytochemical and biological assessment of Dialon-Corbichelli seeds, confirming their traditional medicinal relevance. These findings bridge ethnopharmacological knowledge with molecular pharmacology and position Dialon-Corbichelli as a promising source of nutraceutical and anti-cancer drug candidates. Thank you for your attention.
Yes. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Atakuru, for your presentation. It was indeed very, very well done. So going from a natural product to all these scientific studies, this is the way to do it. Very, very well. And any questions from our group, from our people to Dr. Atakuru? You see here the thanks from the chat area. Okay. Okay. So yes, maybe you can send us the full article, the one you wrote, you published in Biotechnology, and then we can attach it to we'll make a book of abstracts of all these presentations, and we'll be very happy to have your full article. And and please consider yourself as permanent member to all our international events on Apitherapy. Thank you very much, Dr. Atakuru.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes, yes. Okay, now we are a bit late in the program. We are 30 minutes late in the program, but still we can take a break. So like the lunch break. Please come back in 30 minutes from now, and we'll continue with our next presentations from Uruguay, from Burundi, and from Pakistan. So we have still very, very interesting presentations. So enjoy your lunch and or your break and come back in 30 minutes. Thank you.